Welcome to the January 24th edition of Gridlife Digest, the weekly culture and gaming podcast, and the #1 Cash Cab podcast. My name is Noah Friscop, and joining me is the MILF man, Micah Binfet.
Hey there, internets.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. I am excited to record another podcast. It's been a whole week.
Another week.
I'm glad to be back. Glad to record another one with the boys, plus a guest. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned for about 30 seconds. At Shaw Doggy, yes. Eli Shaw.
It's your boy.
How about you? How you doing?
Hello. I'm doing good. I just had a nice sandwich with some bacon, some avocado. I'm feeling good.
You're living life.
And a good old Mexican Coke.
Oh, that's the pinnacle of Coke.
The best kind of Coke.
Oh, yeah.
Undeniably. Dad Max Meyer.
What's up, guys?
How's it going?
It's been a while. Pretty good. I tried to nap earlier, and my dad was, knocking on the door, so I wasn't really asleep.
Stop sleeping!
It's funny, because he, had just woken up from a 2-hour nap 20 minutes before. So it's whatever.
Oh, your dad.
What
a sweetheart that guy is.
Your dad sounds like
the
character.
Dad.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why Max is such a good dad, is because his dad's even better. So
learning from the best, waking people up from
it
naps.
gets passed down like diabetes.
What?
I think that's how it works, right?
Fatherhood. It's basically diabetes.
Yeah, basically. But
all right. Put that on our Twitter. We need another quotable moment.
Oh my god!
And for
Don't get me started.
For this, oh man, we just started, so I imagine there's gonna be more. And for the second week in a row, another very special guest, managing editor of OKBeast.com and host of the Gaming, Tech, and Nerd Culture podcast, Pixel Pulse Radio, Alex Van Aken. How are you doing, sir?
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm doing good. Glad to be here.
Yeah,
also
Alex,
artist and
I learn something every day.
What's that, Eli?
Creator of that New Donk City radio theme song.
Oh,
Shout out to that.
By
Voice
far,
of Pauline.
By far one of the best podcast intros out there available right now. And also one of my favorite video essayists. You put out some good work every Friday.
Oh, thanks.
Well, not every Friday. I know you guys alternate, but I especially like yours.
Thank you.
What was the last one? It was the Edith Finch one?
Yeah, I did an essay on What Remains of Edith Finch and kind of how it is the best of the walking sims and how it kind of pushes that genre forward.
Absolutely.
I need to play that.
Absolutely, go check those out.
So,
yeah, the walking sims, I feel like the name is almost derogatory. It's like, oh, who wants to play a walking sim? But it's like there's some legitimately great experiences out there.
Yeah, it started as like a derogatory term, and then they just embraced it. Yeah. I feel like some of the devs don't really like it still, but or it seems like they don't. But for the most part, I think like just the general public has embraced it, I guess. But I feel like maybe like narrative, explorative narrative games. I don't know what you call them.
There's another title out there. There's another title out there somewhere.
Yeah, I really like them though.
What was that game revealed at the Game Awards that was like, all right, it's part walking sim, but also part shooter?
Valley of the Gods.
Yeah. Maybe? Oh wait, no, that was the Egyptian one. There was like the Lovecraftian, almost Dark Souls looking.
It's the one. It's by the developer that made Vanishing of Ethan Carter, which I liked a lot.
And Bulletstorm.
I forgot what it was called though.
Bulletstorm.
Yeah, that was the marriage. That was like their stinger in the trailer. It's like, all right, it looks like a walking simulator, and then also by the guys who made Bulletstorm, and then like they it turns into a shooter. So I'm very much looking forward to that one. Definitely need to play Ethan Carter.
Yeah, that looks super cool.
So
Alex, Witchfire, is that it?
Yes, that is correct. Really looking forward to that. I don't know when it's coming, but
I actually missed the trailer for that one. I'll have to look at it.
Oh, definitely check it out. It looks very very cool. Like the environments are very spooky. But then also some pretty good gunplay. So every Wednesday, each of us chooses a topic for conversation, and we recommend a piece of media for the group and audience to check out. You can get the show on iTunes, Google Play, and YouTube every Wednesday, and be sure to check out gridlifedigest.com to see all the content in one place. After the main episode airs, each topic will go up individually on our YouTube channel for your digestible listening pleasure. In addition to being available on demand on the platform of your choice, we are now streaming the recording live on twitch.tv/gridlifedigestplays if you like your podcast raw and unedited. While you're at it, follow us on all social media platforms, at Gridlife Digest on Twitter and Instagram. Yes, I changed it, as well as at Gridlife Digest Pod on Facebook, so you never miss what's happening. So now, it is time for the weekly Gridlife Digest press conference sponsored by Please Sony Santa Monica. When is God of War coming out, please? The foreword for my multi-part article series revisiting each canonical Metal Gear Solid game is up on gridlifedigest.com right now, and the first part that will be detailing my playthrough of Snake Eater will go up live tomorrow on Thursday, January 25th. And we also streamed a couple times this last week. The VODs are up on our YouTube channel. Mike and I laughed our way through the Metal Gear Survive beta, and Max and Micah fooled around.
I watched that.
You did? It's
Yeah, I did.
What do you think of that game? It just
yeah. You guys are playing like that wave. Is the whole game wave based? Or is that just one mode?
There is like a base that you have. I guess it's like a small open world, but then there's like missions and side missions, kind of like Metal Gear Solid 5. But so my assumption is a lot of the missions will be defend this digger thing. It's like that word. I don't get it, but just the enemy design is just horrendous. Like just it look pretty basic. Yeah, especially the bomber enemies. It's like these just look ugly and not a good way. Yeah. And then they ruined all the stuff that should have just been like a knockout, like obviously good. Like they changed the controls of Phantom Pain. It's like this could have been your saving grace, like having the excellent mechanics that Phantom Pain did, and then they went and screwed up all the controls. It doesn't make any sense. So they managed to screw up even the stuff that should have been good about it. Yeah. In addition to making just a very bland wave-based survival game.
I'd rather play Fortnite.
Yeah, I'd rather play Fortnite. I'd rather go play any of the other survival games out there on Steam Early Access, honestly.
And like State of Decay 2 is coming, so
I
feel like that'll nail it way more than Metal Gear Survive will.
Absolutely.
Not that they're necessarily competing for each other, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's competing with Metal Gear Survive and vice versa. Yeah. Man, just Konami.
It's competing with itself.
Yeah, it's competing for the mind share of anybody. I wonder if there's going to be like a niche community that draws to it, but even that I'm not sure. There's going to be like the diehard Metal Gear fans that are like, they'll eat anything up with the name on it, but I'm certainly not one of them.
I haven't played Metal Gear. I'm pretty excited. I'm looking forward to it.
I mean, you shouldn't be. It's not a good game. I mean, I'd say I had some hype for this game, going into the stream.
Is that because you're a Metal Gear fan, or just?
Yes, it's because I'm a Metal Gear fan. Like, just because it has a Metal Gear name on it, maybe it'll be good. Yeah. But after we played it for a bit, and it was like, so you have to protect this pretty much like this
wormhole digger
Pokemon that's digging into the ground. It looks like Doug Trio, like protect that thing against half-assed zombies. Like they just look like the.
Why did the zombies care about this digger?
Yeah, it's like exactly. Why does any of this happen?
The zombies from like they look like the zombies from Left 4 Dead that they just like kicked out. Like these are the rejects. Like kick these guys out, And then they had the pretty much the bloaters, but they were just big old like mushroom heads, and they were walking around and blowing up and shit.
Typical zombie design.
Yeah, no, I could not get behind that. Hopefully they figure out some stuff and make that game better. But I mean, it's like a month away from release.
Is it really? Wow.
Yep. Yeah, I don't see it getting any better. Like February 20th.
Yep. Pre-order now. It reminded you every 5 seconds.
Oh my god!
It comes out like the week after Far Cry 5 or Far Cry 5. Yeah,
that's a great window for them.
Oh my god, they're not going to sell many copies of the game. I'd be surprised if anyone.
And the week after Shadow of the Colossus, they're toast.
Oh yeah,
no, yeah.
Holy crap! Yeah. Not a good.
I'd be surprised if anyone's like pre-ordering that game, but I'm sure there are people.
I might Redbox it. I'm not a Metal Gear fan at all. I never really played. I played 5 was my first one that I really played, and I really just played it for Metal Gear Online, and I wanted to check out like the Fox engine and like the world that they'd kind of established, and I like that a lot. And so I was like, maybe I can kind of approach this Metal Gear Survive because I don't have that fanfare, and I'm not like salty about Kojima or anything.
Yeah,
so I'm like maybe I can enjoy this. And then I watched your Let's Play, and I was like, nope.
It's like, I don't know how they botched it. It's like, even being like such a big fan that I am, like I wasn't trepidatious about this game because of the Hideo Kojima stuff. It's like maybe 5 played so well, it's like they can transfer that into this other type of experience, but they somehow even botched that. So I'm like, all right, there's nothing left here that interests me.
Yeah, my favorite part of that game was deleting it off my PS4 and turning my PS4 off and forgetting about that.
Honestly,
favorite part. No, every other part of that game just sucked. You know, you're in that main hub world. Everything is all white and looks like you're the Animus.
Assassin's Creed, yeah,
yeah, but and then you can look up at your items and what your friends have, and I mean that was kind of cool. It was kind of cool, but that's all it was. You could just look at it. I was like, oh, maybe you can like shoot it and it'll select things.
Yeah,
but no, they didn't even have that. Nothing's going for that game. I mean, you looked at like the character models and then the gun models, like they look like PS2 like models out of it's the random PS2 game that no one cared about. It's just, oh no, I'm so disappointed. I mean, the whole thing about Kojima leaving didn't really bother me. I kind of went into it thinking like, oh, it's gonna be maybe a Metal Gear game without Kojima. Like,
yeah, you're hoping like at least the engine can carry it.
Exactly. Like it'll have all the gameplay elements just without the Kojima craziness. I was like, okay, maybe I can hang with that, but no, they couldn't even do that. Like in my head, like, okay, you just copy and paste what you had in the last game into this one.
No,
I guess you can't.
Apparently not.
Just drag and drop. Like, no.
It's like they use so many assets from 5 that it's appalling that they don't use the core.
Good ass.
Yeah, like the fundamentals. Like it's just mind blowing. Like if Konami made a Metal Gear game without Kojima with fans of the series, like I would be willing to give it a chance. But this is just like such an easy, like quick turnaround cash grab thing. It's like the only thing it has for it is its name, and also the degradation system. I'm generally not a fan of degradation systems in games, but just the fact that every single item you have wears down. I really could find that being a long-term annoyance. Like your gloves break. It's like, why? It's like, I know it's a survival game and that's how those play, but it's just not much fun to be had whatsoever. And also just the limited ammo. Yeah. So it's just like, it's trying to be a horde mode in a survival game, and that just combat in a mechanics that aren't made for combat, but they're made for stealth. Like it's just a mess. I really don't understand how they messed it up this bad. But yeah, go check out that stream we did. It was pretty fun. There's some laughs in there. So on that note, what have you guys been playing? Max, start us off.
I've been playing a lot of Fortnite. I've been when Snowbike Mike streams, I play on Xbox sometimes with him.
That
it's
guy's
really fun.
awesome.
He's awesome.
He's really cool.
Yeah.
Lots of fun.
He and gets everyone involved in his stream. Like there's a lot of people that play on Xbox, so he just like rotates teams and whatever, and everyone has a lot of fun. I've also been playing that solo on my PS4 the past couple days, just because the team being in a squad is way different than playing solo. And Noah and I picked it up the very first week it came out, and then I just had like a long break in between. So it's nice like being able to go back in, because it did change a lot. It's like a lot smoother and better graphics and like new areas now with the new map update.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's the main thing I've been playing. I also played a little bit of BioShock for the first time.
Yes.
And I've taken a break from that for like the past 5 days. Just not really in the mood to play that right now. But
it wears on your soul. It's very dark.
It's taxing on
Yeah, it's it's not what I expected. I don't even know what I expect. I don't really know anything about the franchise.
Yeah.
But it's different.
Yeah, it's pretty intense.
I still need to get into it more. It's only been a couple hours, so I'm not really deep into it.
It'll hook you
and
soon enough.
Yeah. On Tuesday, the Assassin's Creed Hidden Ones DLC comes out, so I'm like for sure gonna play that. That's right when I get home from work. I can't wait.
Once again, if you haven't played Origins for some reason, go play it. It's fantastic. How about you, Micah?
So yeah, Max and I did play Fortnite yesterday, and we streamed it for some reason because hey, more content.
Might as well.
But I think we had a good time, right, Max?
Yeah.
We made it to like 5th place, right?
Yeah,
one of those times.
5th and 8th.
Yeah,
and
5th and 8th.
We got that GIF of me just like being an idiot and dying.
Yeah,
that was by far the best moment. I was watching it last night, and like he's like sneaking around trying to scavenge stuff. He turns into a building. He's like grabbing stuff, like just totally fine, and then he turns around, just 2 guys just light him up, and he's dead like immediately. He's like, oh fuck yeah, and then he's dead. It was great. It was great. I had to GIF it out.
Oh my god. But yeah, I think we were in that like small little like building, just like camping, and then they come in, and then Max immediately gets killed. He's like, "What the fuck?" And then they're just all coming, and we both die. Like, yeah, fuck those guys. But hey, it's part of the game. But besides Fortnite, I started playing Zombie. The game Zombie U that was ported to Xbox One and PS4. Anyways, that game's pretty good actually. Like I wasn't expecting it because I remember back in the day watching Greg Miller's review, and he wasn't too hot on it. So that's kind of what I went in with, was his bias towards or against that game. But
the games with gold, right?
Yeah, it is the games with gold.
Yeah,
yep,
that's awesome.
But anyways, you have your fucking cricket bat, and you pretty much use that the whole time to cave zombies' heads in, and then you also have your gun, but that doesn't feel as effective for some reason. Like, I'm just gonna use the bat instead.
Cricket bat, the true tool of a master zombie killer, kind of like Dying Light.
Exactly. But anyways, I'm playing that game for the next episode of Gridlife Gold, which is going out tomorrow. So I've recorded all my parts, and that'll be going out.
By the way.
Thanks.
Alliteration.
Yes, I love alliteration.
It's loosely based off of Noah's Gridlife Plus. So mine's like the worst version of his.
Oh no, bullshit! You did good.
Well, mine has like I kind of go unfiltered. Like I kind of don't hold back, especially in this new episode.
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I try to be kind of punctual and just like, here's the brass tacks of what's happening, and then you're just like, you throw jokes in there, and I really enjoy your format, how you took it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I like putting in a bit of myself in there. I'm like, I don't want to sound like a robot.
Yeah.
No offense to people who do sound like robots, but I want to make sure they know it's me. Not just me reading off a script. So that's kind of my whole idea.
All those videos are golden.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad people appreciate my comedic style, if you will.
It is a signature. What about you, Eli? What are you playing?
So I've been playing a ton of Injustice 2.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like I just got hooked on the multiverse stuff, where it's just like it's basically just a string of fights and then maybe a boss fight here and there. But in the past week or so, they've put out like a multiverse for each of the Justice League characters from the movie, where you unlock like parts of their armor from the movie for each battle. So I've been like slowly collecting them and making them look like the movie versions of the characters, and just having a lot of fun. I really love this game. I don't know why I suck at fighting games, but I'm actually okay at this one.
Yeah, we need to fight again. Just say when, and we'll throw down, and I'll lose just horribly because you've been playing a lot more. I need to at least get the Wonder Woman armor. Like, if I can do that, I'll be happy.
The Flash armor actually looks really, really good, except the helmet.
I like how it
the
looks.
Helmet sucks
In Injustice 2 more than I do in the actual movie itself for some reason.
Yeah, no, it fits more in Injustice 2 because it's like actual armor, and like it makes sense because they're just fighting each other.
Yeah,
but in the movie, I'm not a big fan.
I don't know. It's like he's going fast. He's got things hitting him at high speeds. It kind of makes sense, but also I don't know, just aesthetically not great. How about you, Alex? What are you playing?
I've kind of been playing a plethora of games. I mean, the constant for me like these days is PUBG. I'll play a match or two every day. Like when I first wake up, I'm like, okay, let me go in and play, and
chicken dinner for breakfast.
Having a ton of fun. Pretty much, yeah. It's to the point like I like the squads I run with like finally have, because I played a lot. I played like 100 hours on PC and then kind of switched over predominantly to Xbox now, and so like a lot of it was like playing with my old high school friends, playing with my little brothers, and when the game first released, we were still kind of like trying to teach them like, okay, here's like the mechanics, here's like the tactics that you should employ, and we're finally like hitting the rhythm of like we're getting a few chicken dinners a week, like it's a good time. And then I played the Monster Hunter World beta.
Very nice.
This is my first Monster Hunter game, and I told Ian over at OK Beast that I was going to play it with him, and I was just trying to, kind of expand my horizons, I guess, with the type of games I play. So we played last night till like 3 a.m. trying to beat the Negagante or whatever it is, the giant elder dragon who's like the boss character in the beta. And we almost had him, and then Ian's internet crashed, and was like, "Okay, let's go to sleep."
That Japan internet.
Yeah, for real. He usually doesn't have a problem either. But anyways, so yeah, I played Monster Hunter World. I really like that a lot. Just the different. It is kind of like a fighting game because each character, or each I guess weapon set has their own move list, and so you're kind of balancing your move list and your specials and your combos with like you're kind of almost. There's like a big, I guess a lot of people have said it's like Dark Souls in a way, and I can see that. Like you're kind of moving in, doing your hits, moving out before you get hit. Lots of dodges, and so it's kind of that. And I've been playing. I actually kind of gravitated towards the archer character, which is super cool. And kind of it was interesting because the game lets you play ranged, which is great because you can kind of avoid the monster more easily. But it also doesn't let you get super far away. It like reduces your damage. So it's like this cool play of like trying to stay close to get your max damage, but also keeping your distance because you're a weaker character. It's fun. And that I think comes out next week, so I'll be picking that up. I think I actually pre-ordered it. And lastly, I've been playing Dragon Ball Fighters.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I love that game. I still suck, but I'm getting better. Like I feel like every session that I play of that game, I'm better than the last one, and that feels good. And it's also like characters that I love, so I have that investment kind of similarly to like Injustice, But I think this one kind of more aligns with my interests, and it kind of hits me like in the nostalgia. But yeah, it's really cool. I really like that game. I'm excited for its release next week as well. That's kind of what I've been playing.
Very cool.
I have a question about Dragon Ball. So I played like a lot of the PS2 fighting or Dragon Ball games, like the Budokai games. Is it like that? But it seems a lot more like deeper fighting mechanics, like I
would say
Street Fighter or something.
Yeah, I would say it's more akin to like a Street Fighter, or like a Guilty Gear. It's definitely. I feel like the Budokai games they were fighting games, but they were more so like you're there for the cinematic experience of like seeing your favorite moments and like seeing like Goku kill Frieza. This is more of just like a fighting game, and there's like certain conditions and triggers that can, I guess, trigger like events from the I guess the old the old narrative back in the old cartoon days or whatever. I know that it's still going on, but a lot of it is like the older scenes, like
the classic.
That takes
kills.
exactly. But I think one guy triggered it so far that I've seen, and he like posted on Twitter and stuff. But yeah, it's definitely like it feels very like I feel like the Budokai games and Tenkaichi, they were always kind of like almost like clunky, I guess that's the word. Whereas like this is like really fluid and feels like in the right hands it could be like an MLG kind of game. Yeah,
the Budokai games, it definitely felt more like baby's first fighting game or something like that.
Yeah,
I was like 6 or 7 when those came out, and it was fun, but it wasn't like ridiculously hard or anything.
Yeah. Whereas this one is like it's more of like I feel like in the old games, the Budokais, if you memorized like the game was memorizing like the long because there's long chains of combos. You had to memorize. This one I feel like the combo, like the inputs are shorter, but the game's so much more fast paced, and you kind of have to balance like when you have to manage your I guess your resting periods and stuff so that you don't get caught mid animation or whatever. It definitely feels like more of a serious contender in the fighting game community, I guess. So
okay.
And I'm down granted, I am not a fighting game guy. I just know a lot of people who are. So
yeah, the fighting game community is like they're so I don't want to say nitpicky because that sounds bad, but like they're so particular in what they take to. So if it is definitely more toward that vein, that's very cool. I played the first Monster Hunter beta, and I don't know what I was expecting, but I don't know, it didn't grab me like I thought it would. A big part of it was the control scheme. I thought it was just a little different.
Weird, yeah.
It's very different,
complicated.
So maybe I'll probably pick it up later down the road. I was going to buy it day one. I'm glad I played the beta, and then I was going to play the Dragon Ball beta, and then I just saw how everyone could barely get in, so I was just like, I'm just not going to bother. am not a Dragon Ball guy per se, but I love how that game looks, and it looks like it feels great too. So maybe also during a sale someday. So this week I'm still trying to chip through my revisited article content gathering Metal Gear thing. So I played 1, and which is still great, especially on the PlayStation Vita. It just feels right at home. And then the majority of 2, I am not quite there yet, but Sons of Liberty still to this day, ton of fun. If you can get past its weird mechanics and the finger twister you have to do sometimes, like the story is surprisingly it's even relevant today. The fourth wall breaking is just turned up to 11. The crazy anime-ness of it all is just turned up to 11. Like it's an endlessly good time, and I could even see myself replaying it again after this whole project is done. Can't wait to write about it. I'm honestly enjoying it more this time than I did the first time I played it for whatever reason. Maybe it's just expectations, but Sons of Liberty, fantastic game. I think it came out like 2001, I want to say. And
is that the third one or the second?
That's the
one?
second one. Yeah. Just the fact that it holds up as well as it does is a testament.
That's my favorite like Metal Gear Solid game of all time. Like just with how many plot twists are in that game, you just over and over and over. Like you think they're over, and then they hit you with something else you weren't expecting.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's just it's crazy. Like if you don't like that kind of stuff, like it's gonna get tiring. And I understand why people don't like the Metal Gear Solid story, but like I love that shit. Like I just love how crazy convoluted it gets. Just by the end, you're just like, I don't even know what's real anymore. Like, was this all a simulation? Like, what's happening? But, it's fantastic. I totally can't blame you for it being your favorite because it's stellar still to this day. The intro, fantastic. Honestly, I'd say probably the intro, like, if you're looking to get into Metal Gear, like, play the intro of 2. Like, and, like, if that grabs you, you're probably in for the rest of it. But if it doesn't, like, just probably steer clear because that encapsulates the tone and the mechanics of the rest of the series, basically. I don't know if you'd agree.
Yeah, I'd say so for sure. But what are you playing it on, Noah? You're playing on PS3, right?
PS3, yeah, because that's
okay.
Still, 4 is trapped on PS3. Unfortunately, they need to find a way. They need to find a way to get it to PlayStation 4.
I remember seeing somewhere that they had it on PS Now for like a little bit, but then they took it off, probably just because how ginormous that game was.
It's ginormous, and just like it's so dependent on the cell architecture. Like it is like tangentially. Like if you took that away, I don't even think it would run. From what I understand.
But I mean, you could say the same for any other PS3 exclusive game, like The Last of Us. But like Naughty Dog, they ported that over to PS4
pretty quickly.
I mean, exactly. I mean, Konami's not Naughty Dog, but I feel like they could work something out. Like maybe they team up with someone from PlayStation, like, okay, show us how we plop this on the PS4,
or just Bluepoint again. Just give it to Bluepoint like they did with the remaster of 2 and 3. Like it's, I don't know, if they wanted to make money instead of making mediocre survival games, like I think this would please a lot of more people than they are now.
Yeah, I would have much rather have had an HD remake, not a remake, but like a remaster of Metal Gear Solid 4 on PS4
with like solid 60 frames instead of like
solid 60 frames.
The weird unlocked. It's like unlocked. It's like all right, it's like 60 sometimes, and then the rest it's like 27. Like it's never. It always varies, which is frustrating. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing. It's not a long game, but it's just a very complicated and taxing game. So you kind of just have to walk away for a bit. It's like, I don't know. It's like, why does this guard keep seeing me? Like it's you know how it goes. But anyway,
it's a head game.
It's very much a head game. So now we're gonna move into topics. Micah, what do you got for us?
Okay, so the other day, Nintendo, they had a Nintendo Direct, and they announced this cardboard-looking thing called Labo. Just want to see what you guys think of it, because at first I was like, well, what is this fucking joke? Like, why do I want to pay $60 for like a piece of cardboard that could easily get wrecked?
Yeah.
It seems like such a child's toy, like they are not, we're not their audience. The hardcore gamers, they're not trying to get our money anymore. They're trying to go after the kids or the parents to buy more toys for the Switch, for the kids.
But I don't really think there's anything wrong with that. It's like they're still gonna keep delivering the titles that we need. Yeah,
there isn't anything wrong with that, but like, it's just not for us. I mean, for me, I can't speak for the rest of you, but I mean, the tech behind it is cool. Like, the thing with the keyboard, I guess there's like a camera that's pointed at the keyboard, and it can tell like what keys you're pressing. Like that's really impressive. I've never heard of that before, but it's just ridiculous, like how much they're charging for all of it. Like I was saying, like $60 for that kit where it includes like the fishing rod game, like the RC car, and then just stuff like that. It's like $60. No, it's 70 actually. And then the robot, which that looks the coolest, honestly. Like where you basically look like Optimus Prime, and you're like punching shit, knocking it down.
The game.
Yeah, I'd be down with that, and that's like $80. I mean, that includes the game, I think, and then the cardboard setup, which I don't know. It just seems kind of ridiculous. You pay all that money for a bunch of cardboard,
Normal craft kits are really expensive, though.
It's at least make it out of like a better material. You know what I'm saying?
So you're just fed up on the cardboard aspect.
Yeah, like you could light that on fire. There's $80.
You can light anything on fire. You can light any game on fire. Yeah.
The warning
I know, but like
the game is don't let your
cardboard
kids
is
run
gonna
around
burn
fire.
especially fast.
Cardboard
It's
burns
gone.
especially fast.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't really argue that.
I'm hung up
But,
on that. Hey, it's a point that had to be argued. Okay,
I guess
it's just gonna get destroyed real easily.
It's like trashed.
And if you're gonna be paying $80 for cardboard, like, don't even make it cardboard. Make it out of like plastic or something that'll stick together. So at least melt instead of burn.
Okay. Yeah. What's the level of destructibility?
Cardboard.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
that makes sense, right?
How would you fold
So-
plastic though? Unless it's like thin.
I mean, they can make little divots in the plastic. Like, there's ways to get around it. Come on, Nintendo, like hire me. I know what I'm doing.
The head of the Nintendo Labo division, Micah Binfet.
Yeah,
It's like, listen, we need
Micah
to dish the
Binfet, yeah.
cardboard. Just dish the cardboard.
Yeah.
It's too flammable.
Yeah, I put it through rigorous testing. I poured many gallons of gasoline on it, and it burned just so fast.
Wow, amazing.
So it's like, oh, no wonder if you pour gasoline on anything, it burns. But yeah, what a product! I'm just really, actually, I'm not surprised because it's a totally Nintendo thing to do, to pull something out like super new that no one's ever seen before. I mean, people were expecting like VR, and this is kind of like a half step almost. Like it's sort of VR, but it's more of like a arts and crafts thing that is sort of VR-ish.
Well, there's the one. Yeah, there's at least the one that's VR-ish, but
It's like less than Connect, I feel like. Connect was, at least you don't have to buy anything except the camera and the game,
yeah.
But this is you buy the cart, and then you get the cardboard cutouts, and you go to town. I just can't wrap my mind around that.
Especially with the fishing rod one, like when they show in the trailer, he's just railing on this fishing rod. It's like, how's that thing not like tearing up? But that'd be some good quality cardboard.
You must have been doing it like really gently, just really gently, like reeling it up.
They
and
just
then
sped
like,
it up. They sped it up significantly for
yeah,
the trailer.
post they sped it up where he's doing it really fast.
Sound effects
for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just have a feeling there's gonna be a bunch of articles on how kids are breaking the shit like so easily.
Kids break shit all the time.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying, but it's gonna be more easily breakable. Like, little Sally, she's gonna be like, Billy, can I play with it? And she's gonna take it, like rip it. That's gonna happen. There's gonna be a story exactly like that. Not the same names, of course, but right in lines with that.
Wait, Micah, we have tape.
But you don't want to that'll look so bad. I mean, whenever you see a toy with tape
We have
on it,
staplers.
it's like that should be in the garbage. That should
What
not
happens
be
when
around.
Labo is like on the floor, the kids playing with it, the mom's walking by with a glass of water, and then like trips and falls and spills it all over the cardboard.
Yeah.
And just, like, it
Mom!
mush.
It just, yeah,
Exactly.
you're bringing up a lot
Or
of good points.
let's say you're
Can't
playing.
be a robot anymore.
Let's say you're playing with it outside, and it starts fucking raining.
Well, don't do it
pouring
outside.
like Portland rain
Or
coming
just
down
blows
here.
away.
all of a sudden.
Yeah,
$80.
Exactly. Or a gust of wind comes and blows it away. They like there goes $80 off into the sunset. You know.
No, you have like the RC car and it blows the Joy-Cons away too. So
Yeah.
you're
Exactly.
out like $200.
Because you're putting in Joy-Cons into that thing. Like imagine what happens if your dog Fido comes and grabs it and runs off with it.
I love
It doesn't come back.
Generic name. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, hey, that's how these examples work, right?
yeah.
You just pick out the most generic names ever.
Fido. I've never actually met someone where their dog is named Fido. No, I
I'm
realize
sure
it.
there is. There's probably at least one Fido out there.
At least
And
one
There's
confirmed.
yeah,
Yeah.
at least one.
It's
There's
like some 70-year-old man.
Yeah.
There's just a 70-year-old man they keep somewhere in the cell, and they
Oh my gosh.
they name all dogs after him. Fido.
What?
I thought he was just living happily with his dog Fido, but he's in a cell
No.
now, I guess.
Yeah,
What-
he's in-
all
Is
right.
he the dog?
All of the
Yeah.
government.
We're
they
all
keep
the
him on
dog.
back. Yep. And then they're like, "Oh, can we name dogs after you?" And he has to sign some sort of agreement. He's like, "Yeah, sure."
What?
And then they hide him away forever. Like,
Where's
no
this
one else can-
going?
I don't
New
know.
Bioshock game.
Yeah. They took some guy,
yeah.
Mr. Fido, and then made
Mr.
a
Fido.
utopian libertarian society. Yeah.
Of all
He
dogs.
just has like his air tanks on him, and like they have to keep him alive because if he dies, they can't name any other dog Fido.
It's in the contract.
Yeah, like the 100-page contract agreement.
Yeah.
For some reason, it's that long. But yeah, Nintendo Labo. What do you guys think?
I don't even know at this point. Jeez.
I must say, as like the not Nintendo fan out of everyone in our website podcast,
Social sphere.
I watched the video and I was like, what the hell is this? Because I don't really know anything about Nintendo, but the way everyone was like hyping it up was like it was gonna be like games, like game announcements or something. And then
Then it
I
was.
just saw like this cardboard thing and I was like, what?
What?
People are gonna be mad about this. And sure enough, I go in the Facebook group and there's like some people that are like, oh, this is awesome. Then you have like a ton of haters. And I was like, oh, here we go.
Well,
All right.
They
Setting
softened.
the world on fire.
They softened the cardboard blow by saying, "All right, we're gonna give you Dark Souls first, so just like satiate, the hardcore, and then we're gonna give you a bunch of cardboard." Like,
But yeah, it's definitely like a niche product. Some people are definitely gonna buy it for their kids. And as far as the price is concerned, if it's like really quality cardboard, still that's expensive. But I feel like
only the top.
I feel like
quality
Nintendo
cardboard.
accessories in general are really expensive. Like you have the smallest controllers, and it's like $90 to the Switch,
Joy-Cons.
and then like you have the Joy-Cons. Thank you. And then you have the Pro controller that's like what, like 80 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I feel like their accessories in general are just more expensive than Sony or Xbox.
because they know you'll buy it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Except for those memory cards,
Oh yeah.
But I'm just imagining like just a long line outside of like GameStop or Toys R Us, if you will, of people waiting in line for a piece of cardboard. Someone comes along and sees them like, "Hey, what are you waiting for?" I'm like, "Oh, we're waiting for the Nintendo Labo." They're like, "What the fuck is that?"
Fuck
They're
is
like,
that?
"Oh, this cardboard thing you put your Switch in." You waiting in line for cardboard? It's like, how much is it? $80. What's wrong with you? Walks away the other direction. Like, I don't know. I don't see it working out.
I feel like
I mean,
it's gonna be really popular among, especially because like kids are just gonna eat this stuff up. I feel, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We don't.
I mean, it kind of goes with that concept of, planned obsolescence, if you will. Like people buying dishwashers and then breaking in a year. Like, yeah, you can. One of these Nintendo Labels will get torn up in like 5 seconds by the right person, so they'll have to go and buy another one.
right out of the box, just like rips in half. Like I messed it up. Gotta start over. Buy another one.
Yeah, but isn't that like a situation like they're trying to like they're kind of not totally like set on how to replace it, like if it's gonna be cheaper or what, if it's like free.
Yeah, it's
I
like
mean, I don't know.
if you can just like keep the game and then like have the cardboard cutouts. I don't know. We need to look into this.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm not sure.
that also brings up the question: like, could you make your own? Like, you pull out your own
Oh yeah, there's
cardboard
definitely gonna be like
boxes.
doing your own
Yeah, DIY.
Tutorial.
There's gonna be a lot of those tutorials on
DIY
YouTube.
parents are gonna have like a ball.
Yeah, but you're just gonna have your scissors and you're going do your cardboard cutouts and make your Labos. I mean,
Or you buy one
work.
Labo, punch out all the pieces, and then just trace it on another piece of cardboard and cut it out, and then sell that for like at least $20. Still, that's
Exactly.
way cheaper.
$500.
Profit. Yeah, $500.
it's a money making plan right now. Yeah,
If
if
you-
you go and swap those.
And then they do like the alternate like Zelda skin ones. It's like those sell on eBay for just like ridiculous.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or like these crazy talented artists will go and do their own twist on it. That'd be pretty dope, honestly.
I was thinking, instead of the cardboard, I feel like Nintendo definitely could have done something with like Lego, where they like a Lego robot backpack or something, and you put it on. But I'm stuck on the robot part.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Dimensions, like Lego's already got into video games pretty hard. Like a partnership with Nintendo, I feel like is perfect for kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably also don't want to be associated with a product that just failed or just like crashed as far as dimensions. So they're like, oh well, we could do
Yeah.
that, or we could make our own thing and have like a fresh slate or whatever. I don't know.
They could talk to Mega Bloks, like they haven't done anything wrong yet.
There are Call of Duty Mega Blocks. It's like they're going after like the mature audiences with those.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's Halo ones too. I forgot.
Yeah, but that's even I saw. I actually had a Mega Bloks Warthog at one point. I was like, this is so cool.
Damn.
And I was like, oh yeah, Mega Bloks not as good as Legos, it turns out. So I'm at NintendoLife.com. Nintendo confirms it will not be freely supplying extra cardboard replacements for Labo, so you better look after your original ones. Yeah. So they apparently it was up in the air, and then they had to clarify. So be extra careful with your cardboard.
Maybe if you go and take out a bunch of duct tape and surround it with all the duct tape you can, maybe it'll be durable enough, even waterproof.
But then you can't even work. It's just like you're trying to do like the piano. It's like there's just duct tape over it.
Oh, just duct tape. I mean, you have to go and get the individual pieces,
That
obviously.
sounds like a pain in the ass,
But-
though.
But I mean, if you want it to be, structurally sound, that's what you'll have to do. But I don't know. I'm not a Labo expert.
Yeah, I'm not a cardboard
Labo-
expert.
Yeah. The Labo name isn't too far off from Lego. I'm just
Right?
Take out a couple letters and put in Lego, and it's
Just take out
it's
half
there.
the letters.
Yeah. And you got Lego. Maybe they'll have Labo Legos.
Gee,
mean-
it's too deep. There's too many layers to this now.
But they can go even deeper. They have the specified Labos. You get your robot ones. You get your fish ones. You get your little
Fish
RC
ones.
car one.
The fish one.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll make Labos or continue to make like cardboard things to fit with other games, or will it be specifically for the Labo games? Like, will they make one for anything that uses motion controls? Like Just Dance. Imagine like they put a
Like a speaker.
Labo, yeah, or like I don't know,
That'd be interesting.
something like that.
So kind of like the same concept with like how Amiibo is like shoehorned into every game.
Yeah,
So kind of like that concept.
It has
I could
Labo
see it.
functionality.
Yeah, I could see that totally happening. Like even like if you get like a one of those Labos they could fit your Switch into, that's like it's pretty much just a dock, or just like one of those arcadey stand looking things. Like that'd be pretty cool, honestly.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's some way you could use it to like control it, like it's its own controller almost. You know what I'm saying?
Cardboard.
Like,
that would
kinda-
be something.
Because I've seen where people have printed out like their own 3D printed out their own versions. They just swap their Switch in there, and it looks like pretty much like an arcade cabinet.
yeah,
like
I've seen that too.
Like that'd be pretty dope, honestly. But they won't do that.
I just realized they could do something with the Mario cereal. So it's like you can cut out something, make the box like fold into another Labo.
It's smart.
It's just a bowl
So
of
it's an
cereal.
Amiibo and a Labo.
It's
at
a
the
mini.
same
Yeah,
time.
it's like the value goes up exponentially. I
They,
still
like,
think
make up some. What?
I was.
$100 boxes cereal.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's like
That'll
you're
give you
getting a lot in here.
diabetes.
You're getting a lot in here. I want to go
It's
just
shitty cereal too.
yeah. I want to go try
Yeah,
try and
not
find it to at least try it because yeah, it's probably not good, but I'd like to at least give it a shot. What was your first thought, Alex?
My first thought was I was kind of bewildered, I guess. Like I didn't really get it. It wasn't more that I just didn't really see I didn't understand what I was looking at, I guess. I was like, I was just trying to figure out how it all worked together, because they're just like sliding the Joy-Cons in arbitrary places. I'm like, how does this work?
Yeah, what does this do?
Then I figured out apparently there's like the Joy-Cons use their sensors, and there's like special tape that holds the Labo together that is used to interact with the game or whatever. Like that's how it picks it up. And then I was like, okay, yeah, it's not really for me, but I'd love to like try it out. I'm hoping kind of my stepdad Brandon picks it up for my little brothers because it seems perfect for that, even though they're kind of a bit old for it. One of them's like 17, so
yeah. What is this?
They're still probably a bit old, but it seems really cool, and it's not for me. But definitely, I don't want to kind of count it out yet. Because Nintendo, like I feel Nintendo's super creative, and they've done like I don't know, they brought us like the Wiimotes and motion control gaming, which is still huge. They brought us like so many different things, and I'm excited to see like what they do next as far as merging analog and digital into like one play space. So we'll see what's up with that.
Yeah, so
I'm withholding my judgment until a later date.
Yeah, time will tell.
Yeah.
It's just like I was at work when the direct happened, and so then I just go back and like on Twitter and it's just like everyone's just like sharing these things. I'm like, what is happening? And so it was just I was like, what is going on? So I had to go look at the trailer. I was like, oh, okay. I still kind of don't get it, but
it was the trailer as far as like evoking like emotions, I think was really great. But as far as explaining what the product is, it didn't really do a great job in my opinion. But I think I don't know, and it's also going to be hard to demo. Like you're not going to set up an entire cardboard kit in a Target to let people come and try on.
Yeah, then it really would break.
Maybe they could do the piano one, but like the robot guy, that's not happening.
No. Here, strap this backpack on, and then put this on your face. Yeah, it's not.
And then tie these strings to your feet. Yeah,
it's not going to work.
Yeah.
You'll just be soaked in sweat by the end.
Gross.
I feel like there's going to be some great videos that come out of this. Like some great. It's going to be equivalent to like the Wiimote into the TV situation.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Some dude just like be outside playing with the robot and just like get wired up and trip and fall. And, yeah, it'll be great.
You bring up a great point there. I'm really looking forward to just its proliferation into the public now, just for the videos that we're going to eventually see. That's a great point. Oh, so many memes.
It will become a meme. I mean, when it first came out, that video, it was like trending on YouTube at like the second most watched video on YouTube or something crazy like that, which is amazing for Nintendo still. But I'm just hoping it's not going to be another gimmick. I mean, granted, like the Switch wasn't a gimmick. Like that's a thing people actually wanted. But like the thing with the Wii U, people still don't understand that that's a standalone console. Like you'll ask some people like, "Oh, isn't that just an add-on for the Wii? The tablet?" And I'm like, "No, it's not. That's not what that is. That's a whole new console." That's why that thing failed, because Nintendo sucked at marketing, and like they got better at it with the Switch.
They've gotten way better at marketing.
Yeah, way better.
All right, so now the next commercial is going to be, all right, Karen at first was on the roof with the Switch. Now she's going to bring the Labo kits for everybody.
Yeah.
She's duels them out. It's like, you get the robot one, you get the RC car one, and then she's like, why are you here still? Like, just, yeah.
Karen, we're 32. We don't want to build cardboard robot.
You gotta Photoshop this.
Please do.
And it's just going to end up with like a bunch of these, hip teens dressed up in robots dancing. Like that's how I imagine that trailer ending.
And then they just all fall over and tangle themselves up.
Yeah. They all collect the Labos in a big old like fire pit and burn them.
Yeah, bonfire at the end.
Yeah, bonfire them out.
Oh shit! I forgot one of my Joy-Cons in one of them. And that's over.
Yeah, get it out. It's all melted.
Any
that's not working anymore.
Any final thoughts on Nintendo Labo and what the hell it is?
No.
All right. Perfect.
Said my piece.
All right, Max. What's your topic?
Your most hyped movies for 2018. I don't know. For me personally, when I was thinking about like topics, I was like, oh, there's actually some movies I'd like to go see in movie theaters this year because I actually don't go to theaters that often. But I was like I was thinking, and I was like, oh, there's actually some stuff I want to see. So for me, I just picked out 3. The first one would be Avengers Infinity War. Or Avengers, Infinity War. I'm like super excited for that just because I feel like all of you, we've been all following the MCU for so long. And it's gonna be like super interesting to see how they fit all those superheroes in one film, and it's just gonna be like
cluster. It's just
gonna be awesome, and I can't wait. Just that trailer alone gives me the goosebumps. It's awesome.
Yeah, we've been waiting like 10 years for this, almost. Like
over 10 years.
Over 10 years at this point. Like, man, like, you ever think getting from Iron Man to this? Like, I certainly never thought we would actually get here and it'd all be good for the most part. Like, even when the MCU is bad, it's like still pretty good.
I'm just worried about them cramming all these superheroes into one movie. That's the only thing I'm worried about. Like, how are they going to pull that
screen time?
It's 2 parts now, so.
Oh, okay, that helps a lot.
I thought they said it wasn't. I thought, well, it's like there's still 2 films, but like they aren't Infinity War Part 1 and Part 2 anymore. So it might be a little bit more. It's going to basically be 2 parts, yeah. Maybe it's just a marketing thing. It's just a marketing thing, but yeah, it's going to be it's going to be probably a beautiful mess. My prediction.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you do? It's like, all right, you got Spider-Man, you got the Guardians, you got all the Avengers, Black Panther, Doctor Strange. Like, it's gonna be nuts, and like, just it's unprecedented. Like, the MCU honestly might be a true achievement when this is all said and done. Like, even though it's kind of saturated the market with superhero movies or whatever, like, it's pretty incredible what they managed to accomplish with it.
Because it's the only cinematic universe that's actually worked. You know, like was Universal, they had their like monster universe.
They canceled that like real quick though. It's done.
Exactly. Like, what was it, Mummy with
Tom Cruise, and then
that sucked. So,
and then it was going to be the Dracula Untold, which I actually really liked. That was going to be a part of it, and then they removed it before the Mummy came out. So it's like it was just a mess. It's the Dooku is dead, the Dark Universe, cinematic universe. If you're into Funhouse, yeah, that was dead on arrival.
And then like kind of the same thing with DC. Like it's just constantly like
dumpster fire,
failing. Like like the Cyborg movie got delayed, and then
that's never happening ever.
Nobody wants that.
Yeah,
no one does. Like no one really cared about him.
I even like Cyborg. But, just like I don't need a whole movie with him. It's like we got his whole origin story this time in Justice League. Like we don't need that. I'm kind of interested in Aquaman just because of how they changed that character up. But I'll be surprised if that's good still.
My man.
That's right. Also,
Max, what movie are you excited for after Infinity War? Then
I'm keeping the trend with superhero stuff, and I'm going to go Incredibles 2 because I have such like a vivid memory. My mom and my older sister were in the hospital when like that was like out in theaters, the original one, and I went with like my 4th grade teacher. And my younger brother and younger sister, and my younger sister fell asleep. Oh. And I don't know, I just have such like a vivid memory of this movie in theaters, and I can't wait for the second one just because it's been so long. I think 13 years or something now. I think it came out in 2005, the original.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, it came a long time ago.
We're school.
Wow. We're gonna have to push so many like little kids off to the side. Like, hey, we're the ones who are lying for this.
We were there. Damn it!
Get out of my seat.
Move.
Get out of here. You aren't entitled to watch this. I am. You know.
You don't get to watch it. Wait in line.
I did my waiting.
Barely a thought in your parents' minds, if that. So get out of the way. Won't be that final, but I'll be thinking it.
My third one would be Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, Part 2. I forgot what the actual name is.
Grindelwald or something? Grindelwald? I don't remember.
Yeah, Grindelwald.
Yeah, it's more backstory on him. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, so it's like nice to get more backstory on like a really evil wizard that isn't really talked about in the main series.
That's awesome.
So, hype.
Get hype.
And also, young Dumbledore, shout out.
That is true.
I haven't even seen the first one. Is it like I like Harry Potter, but I was just kind of like satisfied with where it ended. Like, is the first one worth seeing?
The first Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I liked it. I mean, it's not really. It's not like Harry Potter, right? But
Well,
it's
yeah,
like in the same universe, so
it's-
you get the feel. Like after so many years of not having a Harry Potter film, it was kind of nice just getting the feel with like the soundtrack and everything. It sounded Harry Potter-esque.
So it's just like more like
and you
world
have, like,
building.
the magical creatures and stuff. And it was actually a lot funnier than I expected it to be.
Okay. Yeah, no, I one of these days on my giant list of stuff to watch, I'll get there. Because I do like that world, obviously. Like, I've read all the books and seen all the movies, but just I was never really drawn to go see it, I guess.
Yeah.
How about you, Alex?
Yep.
What are your top 3 most anticipated films of the year?
Yeah, so I'm not a huge movie guy. I see the superhero movies, and if there's like standouts that everybody talks about, like La La Land or stuff like that, I'll go see them and certainly appreciate them. But I'm trying to I pulled up like a in 2018 movies list and just kind of going through and looking at them. And one that really stuck out to me that I remember I saw, it was, I think the trailer played during Star Wars Last Jedi, was A Quiet Place with John Krasinski.
Yes, that looks
and
so
Emily Blunt.
good. Looks so good.
Oh,
Yeah, it's really, really intrigued me. It kind of gives me vibes of like War of the Worlds, that kind of thing. I don't even know who the bad guy is or whatever. It was really like suspenseful, and very like, I like movies that like have like stealth scenes almost, like where there's a lot of tension, and if something happens, like something's going down, and it seems like that whole movie is based off of that feeling. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to Han Solo. The fact that Donald Glover's in that film, that's super cool. And I think my last one is probably going to be Incredibles 2 as well. I was hoping wasn't Toy Story supposed to come out this year, or that got pushed back? Didn't it?
I don't even know. I think it got pushed back.
I'm not sure.
I wish it didn't exist at all, but here we are.
Yeah, we don't need another Toy Story.
Ended perfectly.
that.
Ended perfectly.
I didn't even know they're making another one.
Yeah, it's happening.
jeez.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
I think it's. I just searched it. It's 2019 now.
2019. Okay. Yeah. Give Incredibles the spotlight because it's well overdue.
Yeah, I'm excited for that, especially like in the age of superhero films.
Yeah.
I feel like The Incredibles 2 can make a lot of great, like they can kind of capitalize on that atmosphere and hopefully make some cool jokes. And I'm excited.
Yeah, it's interesting that they're just like picking up right after the first one.
Yeah.
After all this time,
Which is
it's like
crazy.
it's kind of crazy
Because if any of you played Incredibles Rise of the Underminer, it picks up exactly after the first one. So it's like, are they just going to copy the game? Or is
Probably
the game
not.
canon?
Probably not
Or What's
canon.
going on?
Yeah,
It's-
Are they
Sounds
ruining
like
my
they're bad.
childhood? You know?
Probably.
You come back in tears.
Yeah. It's like, no, Rise of the Underminer.
Played this.
He wasn't canon the whole time. Start crying in the corner.
It's been
Yeah, I
so long
remember-
since I've seen that movie.
It's been so long, and I remember playing one of the Incredibles games on PC. And all I remember about it is you're Mr. Incredible, and like you took big old rocks and threw it at those tentacle-looking things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The big robot. I forgot what the fuck they're called because it's been forever. But yeah, that game was a lot of fun. I remember, for however old I was. I was probably like 7 or something. But yeah, I'm excited for Incredibles. It's gonna be amazing.
So,
So-
yeah, I had to kind of look at a list like Alex did because I don't know. There's not too many standouts to me when I was looking, but just a few. I tried to not just do superhero movies, but then ended up having 2 being superhero movies. Because like there's some of them I'm like looking forward to, but I'm not like excited about. I know they're probably gonna be really good. Like one of them I was gonna put A Quiet Place, but we'll see how that turns out. The trailer for that, like, I'm glad I saw it in a theater first because it is intense. Like, just the sound design just really captures it. So my first one, number 3, Isle of Dogs. I love
Ooh, good shot.
I
Good
love
call.
Wes Anderson's weird ASMR dialogue, so I'm very much looking forward to it. That cast is stellar. And also, I just love stop motion movies, so I'll be there day one for sure. And then the second one, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
I forgot about that.
Did not expect this to turn out to be anything, but when the trailer dropped, I watched it literally like 12 times. Like, this movie looks gorgeous. It's like it's CGI, but it's like has like this pseudo stop motion look to it, and just brimming with style, and I really can't wait. I'm not even that big of a Miles Morales fan, but man, it just stylistically looks amazing. A lot of good Spider-Man stuff this year, and then obviously number one, Infinity War, just because we've been waiting for so long, and like this is the end that we've been looking, toward for years at this point, ever since Avengers 1, honestly. So can't wait to see how it's either going to be fantastic or a giant wonderful CGI mess, and either way I'm kind of okay with it. So what about you, Eli?
So I was struggling trying to kind of do the same thing that you were, not filling it with superhero movies, but honestly,
I mean, two of mine are superheroes, so
Yeah.
They're all three superhero movies. First, we got Black Panther, of course.
Of course, yeah. I try not to put it, but it looks so good. But I don't know. I had to give a shout out to Miles.
It's definitely my top 3 movie, probably my number 1 movie of the year, even over Avengers. Like,
wow,
they could push Avengers out another year. That way, I can have this whole year to Black Panther. But whatever, we get both. So second point on the list is Avengers Infinity War, because I mean,
come on,
it's all happening. It's all happening.
You finally know what's happening with the rocks. They go on the big purple man's hand.
When you say it like that,
yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. Like,
it's comic books,
basically
man.
at the end of each of those Marvel movies, look at this pretty rock. Yeah, it's gonna go on a big purple man's hand. Like, that's what pretty much the whole story arc of these movies. Yeah. Just rocks,
not Darkseid's hand. Yeah.
Yep.
The last rock is The Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just put Dwayne Johnson into his gloves, curled up into a ball. That's the Power Stone.
That's what I'd really like to see that now. If that can we Photoshop that after? And when you put it like that.
Someone.
It's okay. When you boil anything down to its simplest concept, it's fucking ridiculous.
Like Star Wars. It's like, all right, a farmer kid goes and talks to an old man, and then they go blow up a fucking space station.
He learns magic.
Yeah, he learns magic, and then goes and blows up a space station with like 250,000 people in it.
And he has a weird looking sword with lights shooting out of it, and they call it a lightsaber.
One of his friends is a trash can, and the other one's a carpet. So,
damn.
So, am I next then?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, my last one is
Spider-Man. Spider-Verse.
Of course, a big Spider-Man fan. Oh yeah, Spider-Verse.
You got Venom too. Don't forget about Venom with Tom Hardy.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I'd be more excited for Venom if I knew what the fuck, like, what its place is in anything.
Anything, yeah.
I'm
just in it for Tom Hardy because I have a gigantic man crush on Tom Hardy. But I mean,
I'm gonna watch it for sure.
Yeah.
Especially for Tom Hardy.
Honestly,
as long as he's like actually talking in it,
Yeah. Yeah. But
inaudible sound.
Yeah. We are Venom. But
because that's how Bane was supposed to be. Like, Christopher Nolan, he came out and said, like, yeah, you guys weren't supposed to understand what he was saying. It was supposed to be more of his cadence,
Yeah.
Sure.
Like,
yeah.
Imagine how ridiculous that would have been. Like, I don't know what he's saying.
I love
with subtitles.
I love Chris Nolan Bane, but like it's already hard to understand him in some points, at least the first time. But I honestly feel like Agent Venom would have been a better standalone. Because like it just wouldn't have to rely on Spider-Man and stuff, but also just having like a special ops. It could be like having like a special ops movie with like the symbiote elements. I think would have been really cool. But whatever, we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's gonna be better than Spider-Man 3 regardless. So I'm hopefully in. Also, there's an X-Men movie this year somehow. I don't know how that's still happening. Yeah, Dark Phoenix, and then also Deadpool, which I was gonna put, but like we know it's gonna be good, so I'm not really like excited about it.
I got one shout out for any fans of the podcast, Hotel Transylvania 3.
I was gonna bring that up. I'm really ashamed that I forgot about that. Bring a date.
Oh god. Yeah. So you're gonna pull another one of those.
Yeah.
Like, you're just gonna have her, right up, your arm right on her, and you're gonna be watching the movie the whole time. She's dropping hints. You don't know.
You're
Yeah,
like,
like,
I'm,
let's get out of this theater.
I'm so
You're
enthralled.
so enthralled by Transylvania 3.
I'm really hyped for that. Actually, the first two have not disappointed so far. and-
Obviously not. You
No.
very much not the case. Riveting.
Adam Sandler returning for this one too.
Oh, of course, the whole
Okay.
cast is returning,
Oh no.
so you know it's gonna be a ball.
Well, we'll have to do a commentary on that.
Yeah, definitely. It's like how
Oh
does this
God.
rank in the trifecta of Hotel Transylvania's world? But,
Yeah.
yeah. Did everybody go?
No, I didn't go.
That's right.
Okay. So yeah, mine mostly has superheroes too, like 2 out of 3, like a lot of you guys. So the one I'm most excited for is Black Panther. So I've been a big fan of like Black Panther for like a long time, like longer than I should be. Like I remember watching on Netflix they had so the one of the Black Panther comics, but it was pretty much like just comics like moving, you know what I'm saying, that kind of style.
Yeah.
And it was super cool watching that. And I remember watching that like 2010. I'm like, Black Panther's a badass. Like
Dude,
I want a movie
awesome.
of him.
He's an awesome character.
He is. I mean, he has a suit made out of vibranium, which is the same shit that's in Captain America's shield, you know, and whenever you punch him or something, he absorbs that energy and he can use it and then punch the shit out of someone because he has all that built up power. And like that's super fucking cool.
Also, I love characters that are kings. Like that's why I like Aquaman so much. It's just I don't know, just having a royal figure like just going down and being a badass. I just like it.
Exactly, and I've been like waiting for this movie for forever. I remember I think the movie was announced like several years ago, and I remember just like, oh fuck, just a couple more years and this movie will be out. Like I really want to watch this movie.
I had no idea you're such a Black Panther fan. That's
like there for a while he was my favorite superhero. Like it's always been like him and Spider-Man like duking it out, you know?
Yeah.
Nice.
Like at some points it'd be Spider-Man, at some points it'd be Black Panther. So I'm super excited for that.
Very
And
cool.
and it's just the fact that he's a black superhero is super cool to me because we haven't gotten many of those.
And that
You know,
cast, that cast is like predominantly like it's so cool.
which it should be, you know, like they're in
Anyone
Africa.
complaining about the cast is too black? Please stop.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Is that a thing that's actually happening?
It is.
Oh my god!
Oh, that's
Shut the fuck up! Like, come on.
Yeah.
That's
Because
ridiculous.
I know Marvel has messed up in the past with the whole thing with Doctor Strange, where that one lady, she's supposed to be Asian, but she was played by like a white lady.
But
or
she did a
something.
great job, so like, I
Yeah.
wasn't really mad about
She
it.
did do a good job. I mean, I didn't really knock him for that, but I know a lot of other people did.
Yeah,
And so it feels like Marvel as a whole is like, okay, we need to stay more true to who these characters are. You know, if they're black, put black actors in. But I'm sure this movie's going to turn out great. And like the original trailer that came out with that super dope track they put on it.
Vince Staples.
Yes, what's his name again?
Vince Staples.
Vince Staples. Yeah, like that alone got me hyped. And yep, I'm just waiting for that data for it to come out, and I'll be there. So my next movie is Pacific Rim Uprising.
Okay.
Ooh.
I love the hell out of the first one. It's just that's by Guillermo del Toro. Yeah.
Guillermo.
Well, yep. I can't say that right. But anyways, that movie was so badass. Like the big old Jaegers, like punching the shit out of the kaiju. Like fuck yeah, that's all you need to know about that movie.
and Charlie Day.
Yeah, Charlie Day, and then Ron Perlman's in that movie too, which he died. Spoilers, but yeah, that movie as a whole was super
he?
badass.
I don't remember
he
that
was
at all.
Yeah, he had like these super looking weird crocodile shoes, and he sold like, and then he sold the brains of the kaiju.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, I thought he
Yeah.
was like one of the pilots. I was like, what the?
No, he was just some weird side character.
Yeah, I remember.
But I'm hoping they bring some more names like that into this movie. And because I remember watching this movie right after I saw Man of Steel. It was part of our Thanksgiving tradition, just watching a shit ton of movies, and this was like one of them for like Thanksgiving of 2013, I think. And I was super enthralled by that movie. all the Jaegers look super badass, and like the whole storyline, was super super moving to me, even though it was kind of cheesy. And like the chick having like flashbacks, like PTSD flashbacks as she was controlling the Jaeger.
Yeah, I hope that the second one is just like it gets just straight to the point. And just like, we know why you're here.
Exactly. Like I just want to see you punch the shit out of some big old monsters. But yeah, it's pretty much like Transformers, but not really. If it was good. So that's how I describe it. And last on the list is of course Incredibles 2. So the story behind this movie, I remember. So I was homeschooled like a big portion of my life, and so my mom was like, "Oh, Incredibles 2 is coming out, or not Incredibles. The first Incredibles is coming out, so let's go see it." And I was like, "What's Incredibles? Like we're going on the school day? It doesn't make any sense." Oh wait, we're homeschooled. We don't have to worry about that.
Wait, there's no rules.
Fuck the police.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, oh, they're looking at us. They know we're not in school right now. Oh yeah, that movie's. Oh man, the first movie is so badass. Just the whole thing with Frozone, and
so many
the part where
lines,
he's
so
like,
many great
"Where's
lines.
my super suit?"
Yeah.
That's super iconic. And I'm guessing he's gonna be back. What's his name?
If he isn't, there will be riots. Sam Jackson.
Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson. Like, he has to be in that movie. That's a requirement for Incredibles. That's like one of the first things you think of when you think of Incredibles is Samuel L. Jackson. So, like I said, I'll be possibly pushing little kids out of the way so I can get in line, but probably not. But I'd like to. So I will be in line for that movie. I'm super excited for Incredibles 2. Everyone go check it out when it comes out.
Yes.
So yeah, those are my top 3 movies.
It's quite a list.
Awesome.
All right, any honorable mentions at all?
Besides Hotel Transylvania, what else?
Yeah.
What else can you say?
Also looking forward to Annihilation, the Natalie Portman movie. That looks really cool.
Oh, cool.
All right, Alex, what's your topic?
Yep.
My topic was inspired by a snow day today that I had.
Oh, nice.
We got like 6 or 7 inches, maybe more.
Damn.
And I want to talk about things that have kind of lost their luster over the years for you. Like maybe it's something that as a child you thought was magical, and now it's like it could be cool, but it doesn't have the same weight that it once did. And for me, that's snow. Like back in the day, like man, like I would crave snow days and like just being able to like go outside. Like I feel like now for me, when snow days occur, it's like everyone wants to stay inside and like doesn't want to hang out because it's a hassle. Whereas like back in the day, I was like, yeah, everyone's getting together, we're doing our thing, we're building snow forts, this and that, But now it's just like it just adds so much more. It's just more of a burden on day-to-day life. And I still I enjoy waking up and seeing the snow, and I enjoy sledding and stuff like that. But like there's a lot more like, oh, I gotta go shovel my car. I can't take this car because it doesn't work in the snow. It sucks in the snow, and it's just a huge hassle. So do you guys have like anything in your life that is kind of like that? Like you might still enjoy it, but it's just not the same.
So
as it once was.
before we go in, I just want to concur with the snow thing. It's like I love snow until I had to drive in it. Like then it just became an absolute. And also it also didn't help that my first winter driving was the worst winter in like 50 years here, where we just got piled on for like 2 months straight, and it was insane. And I got stuck every time I left my house. So that's just why I just need to concur. Snow sucks. I don't want to see it ever again.
And also, I don't get out of work. Like my work never closes.
Yeah, it's like. Yeah, it's like you're still expected to come somehow. It's like I can't physically drive there, but whatever, I'll find a way. But yeah, it sucks. How about Eli? Want to start us off?
Yeah, so I've been thinking about this a lot over the past few years, but midnight movie premieres really just kind of lost all not all excitement, but a lot of excitement for me.
Yeah.
Like I will never forget the time I went to see the first Avengers at midnight, just the amount of people that showed up in costume and just so excited. No one had experienced this thing. We're all experiencing Avengers together, like all these fans and stuff. And then I went with my mom, who I'd seen like every Marvel movie with. So like we had been going through this whole journey together, and she didn't really know much about Marvel. So it was like, all right, I don't know much about what's going to happen, but let me like tell you what's the Avengers are about. And like just that pure excitement, and then going to school the next day and being like, guys, you have to see Avengers. Like this is the craziest, like you've never seen anything like this before. And then from then I've seen a few. I went to see Iron Man 3 at the midnight premiere. I think that was the first movie that I saw that was not technically midnight premiere. It was like the 7 o'clock premiere. I think that's when they started really doing it.
Yeah.
And that's like, it was fun, but like, I feel like that was the start of the decline for me, where I would see things on midnight, or midnight air quotes. And I just kind of didn't get the same excitement that I got with Avengers. And it got to the point where I didn't watch The Force Awakens until like a month after it came out. I didn't even watch the midnight premiere, and I'm huge into Star Wars. I just like it. I didn't really mean much to me to watch it at midnight. Like it wasn't a huge loss. So I feel like it just lost some luster for me. Yeah, that's the best term.
Why would you say you have lost that luster? As we're saying, like, is it kind of like your imagination isn't there anymore? Like, you know, that childlike and wonderlike imagination of like, oh, this is amazing. All these people are lined up for the super awesome movie we're saying, you know, but now it's like, fuck, you know, I have to pay for popcorn.
I gotta stay up late.
Exactly. Like, you know, if I don't go to sleep in 2 hours, I'm gonna be a grumpy man tomorrow, you know?
No, it's not really that, because they do it so early now that it's like you get out of the theater around 9:30 or 10, depending on the movie. And I really don't know why, because I wasn't that young when I saw Avengers. I was like 15 or 16.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like I was a child like with this huge imagination or anything, but like I think I just like the people that started showing up to them were less into it as I wanted them to be. I remember, yeah, it got too mainstream, because when I saw Iron Man 3 on the premiere, there was like a couple in front of me, and the girlfriend like was on her phone actually watching a video, and she didn't have the sound off, so the sound started playing. I was like, if you're gonna be
yell at her, I would just yell at her at that point. I was like, what are you doing?
Shut your fucking phone off.
You're at like the midnight premiere of like a superhero movie, the one right after Avengers. You know, it's like it feels like not as much people cared about it as much, and I was like, you know, it's not the same experience.
There's just a lot of diminishing returns eventually.
And then it kind of got to be like too much of a hassle. Like, oh, everyone's gonna go see it. We might not get good seats. We might have to go there like 3 hours early or whatever. And then it's just like, well, we can go a week later, not have to worry about it.
Yeah, it's a good one.
For sure.
I remember like because I saw Avengers Midnight 2, and just like I've never seen such a long line. It's just like wrapped around the building. It's like all just everybody waiting to get in. It's like that was pretty cool experience. Hard to top that. And it saddens me that Justice League got screwed, and like not even a fraction of that level of fervor.
Yeah, I saw that opening night too, and like I saw it in the same theater I went to see Deadpool in opening night, and maybe half the amount of people showed up for that.
Yeah, there was like nobody in the theater. I was like, oh my god, like it sucks to be a DC fan right now. Yeah, that's a good one. How about you, Max?
I would say, I mean, I guess it's kind of natural, but birthdays, growing up, you know, my parents always threw me a big birthday party and whatever with like a ton of cake and stuff. And then I forget what it was. I think I was like 14 or 15. I had like my last legit birthday party where I, you know, had friends over. And then ever since then, I don't know, it's just like my birthday. And then I just do like family things or we go out to dinner. And then for my 21st, all I did was I went to a restaurant with a few college friends. That was it. It wasn't like anything crazy.
That's a good
You
one.
get super wasted.
You don't want
No, I didn't get wasted.
You don't want to get
I drank
super wasted.
2 beers.
Oh, I thought that's a requirement. Like you're supposed to drink 21 shots until you pass out.
No, that's a
Yeah, that's
terrible
not-
idea. That's a really bad idea.
No, like,
Not
that's how you
down.
induce alcohol poisoning.
Not down.
I think you mean die.
Yeah.
Well, usually what happens, people just end up like throwing up and blacking out way before they get to their 21st.
So
shot.
much fun.
Yay, alcohol.
But yeah, whenever I look at like young childhood photos, I'm like, oh yeah, we used to have like really cool parties with like themes. My parents would always throw me.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that is a very good one. Because birthdays aren't as special as they used to be.
No,
Can I go next? No?
I'm getting old now.
Yeah, we all are. But
Yeah, it used to be just go
What's
to Chuck E. Cheese and you had a great time, you know? Bring all your friends, play some, I don't know. I like the dinosaur game at Chuck E. Cheese. I don't know about you guys.
They had a Ninja Turtle Turtles in Time Machine at my Chuck E. Cheese. That was pretty cool.
That's all you needed for a great birthday.
Truly.
But now they have the fucking cards now that you swipe. No more tokens.
Yeah,
Which
that
is pretty sad to me,
significantly
honestly.
would take away from the experience, I think.
Uh-huh.
But whatever.
Like- Yeah. Because I remember when I went there with my little cousin Dexter, he's like 5, and he had the little card, and then he went to the bathroom and came back, and we were about to play a game. I was like, "Where's the card at?" He's like, "You have it." I was like, "I don't have it," and he lost the card that had like $20 on
He
it.
flushed it.
It's like, "Oh, yep." Now we have to leave because he lost the fucking card. It wouldn't be a problem if we had the coins, because those aren't as easily losable because they have more heft to them,
Yeah, you're not going to lose a bunch of coins, but yeah.
Yeah, you feel when you don't have the amount of coins you had like 10 seconds ago.
Yeah, there's a disturbance of the force. I don't have enough coins. Gotta find that missing coin.
What about you, Micah?
But so for me, it would be like Friday nights. So like on a typical Friday night at the BinFit household would be like going and renting a movie from Redbox, or even like we had a little movie a movie joint around the corner. It was called Movie Gallery. It was pretty much like a Blockbuster. You could go there and rent movies. But anyways, yeah, typical Friday night would be renting a movie and then going and getting some ice cream from Safeway, and then just coming home and watching the movie and eating ice cream, and until the wee hours of the morning or the night. But I don't know, to me that was just so magical. Like, hey, we can hang it as a family and just get fat and watch movies, and we're having a good time right now. Like I really miss that, and it's because I don't live at home anymore, and like Fridays are ruined for me because like, I have work in the morning, I work on a Saturday, like fuck, this isn't a Friday,
Sure, yeah.
it's not the same, and I'm away from home. I don't get to hang out with them. Usually Friday nights would be me just coming home and just like watching Netflix till I pass out, in sadness.
Sadness is Wally. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Yeah.
But yeah, Fridays are just so great to me because like, I got school over with, the week's over. Now the weekend's coming up, but I have Friday night, like it's almost like an added day, an added like half day, if you will, onto the weekends. If you stretch that out, that's a good portion of the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Like that's kind of what I realized. Like, and then because usually Sunday it doesn't feel like a weekend. It's like fuck, I have school tomorrow. Fuck
your
Sundays.
work, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like I have to do all the fucking homework I put off, and do it right now in like the course of like a couple hours because I procrastinated way too long when I should have been doing it because the whole time I was thinking about doing it, but I didn't actually do it. So, yeah, weekends are great, and
Weekends are great.
Fridays used to be amazing, and weekends used to be too, but I don't get those too often. But maybe one day I'll get them back.
One day.
That's not for it.
That's how you'll know you've made it. It's like, I have weekends again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine is Christmas. Just the entire
Ooh, Christmas.
holiday season. I just cannot bring myself to care anymore for whatever reason. I used to really like it. Also, I guess snow is kind of intertwined in there too. So it's just like, all right, snow's here now. It just sucks. I don't know. It's something that I just cannot bring myself to be festive whatsoever. Like for the past 4 or 5 years, I'm just like, I'm good. Like I can't like Christmas music just bothers me now. Especially like going to work and like having to listen to it for like the whole month and just wanting to just rip your ears off because you just can't handle it anymore. So yeah, it just sucks. Like I wish this wasn't the case, and maybe there's something I could do to be more festive in the time of the holidays, but I just can't do it. I don't know why. It kind of sucks because Christmas is a great time, spending time with family and friends or whatever, but I just I'm good. Also drawing, I used to be really big into drawing, and I just lost that luster completely. I'm just just hit a roadblock at some point. Wasn't improving despite practicing a lot. I'm just like, you know what, I just guess I'm just not going to do this anymore, or actually no, it's more realistically just didn't have time to do it anymore.
Sure.
But yeah, it just kind of sucks. It's
I'm
kind
trying to get back
one more time
myself this year. We'll see how that goes. I was saying I'm actually trying to get back into drawing myself.
Oh yeah,
because I'm like you. I used to draw all the time. I took art lessons, and I just fell off. And now I'm trying to get back into it.
Yeah, I might as well, because it's so there's a certain very specific satisfaction that you get when you can or at least nothing's ever truly completed. Obviously, that's the dumb artist mantra, but there's a satisfaction to art and drawing in general that I love, and I haven't been able to do it in so long. Man, maybe let's get just a little sketch pad and just to mess around with. Any final things that you haven't mentioned? Honorable mentions. That was
that's kind of it.
That was a good topic, but also just kind of man, it sucks to lose appreciation for things over time. It's even when you can't help it. All right,
good reflection.
Yeah, it's good reflection. So, all right, Eli, what's your topic?
So I want to ask you guys about what are some of your favorite hidden gaming gems, and it could be underappreciated critically, or it could be underappreciated in the sense of not enough people bought it and it deserved a sequel but it didn't get one or something like that. Anything throughout your gaming life that you can think of. Personally, one that is pretty recent actually would be for me Amplitude. Definitely Game of the Year 2016, I think that's when it came out. I played the heck out of that game. I made it my mission to get to top 10% on a few songs and 100% a few of them too. And I was just I really wish they would either put out DLC or I don't know, make a whole new game with more songs or something where they would support it more. But it's I feel like it's been 2 years since it came out. Almost exactly, and no news on a sequel. And I wonder if just not enough people played it or what happened. I highly recommend it to anyone who was a fan of Rock Band, especially the PSP one. I forget which one that was. Unplugged.
Yeah, I believe so.
And I don't know. It's one of the biggest gaming genres was music games for a while, and then out of nowhere it just dropped off, and one of the best gaming music games that we've had in years and years just really didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, they really tried. We got Amplitude back, we got Rock Band back, and Guitar Hero back, and none of them took off. It's kind of sucks because I've played a ton of music games in my time, and it just could not get off the ground. I kept meaning to try Amplitude because that looks something. You don't have to have the stupid peripherals or anything with all the other stuff. A little bit more easier to get into.
That's why I'm surprised it didn't really get off because you just need a controller. That's it.
Yeah. Is it still available? Because I haven't seen it in any sales or anything.
I'm pretty sure it's still up. It might not have been on sale in a while, but you can still get it. I think it's $15.
Okay. I might as well just pick it up right then. How about you, Alex?
Mine's probably gonna be like, I'm trying to think, like the Viva Pinata, that whole series I love and
Nice.
adore. The Splinter Cell series, I feel like it used to be like back in like Chaos Theory days and Double Agent days, like people really cared about it, and it seems like not many people do these days.
Yeah, especially after Blacklist and the voice thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I enjoyed Blacklist to an extent, but I just wish the series will come back eventually
With rabbits.
Yeah, with rabbits. Oh, I really miss it though. I'm trying to think of what else. That might be it for me.
Really?
Viva Pinata definitely. I'm trying to think of. I feel like there's other games that I like that just people hate on, but they're not coming to mind right now. The Divinity series, like, not that it's underrated, but that it more like it's just has flown under the radar for a lot of people.
That was getting a lot of hate on the OKB's Game of the Year podcast. I felt so bad.
Yeah. Well, the people that were hate on it didn't actually play it, or they played it for 2 hours. So, you know.
I'm playing Original Sin 1 right now, just kind of off and on. Like, that game is fantastic, and if 2 is even better than that, like, I can't wait. Like, I'm waiting till I build my PC to play that one, but I'm pretty excited. Looks fantastic.
Yeah, it's super good.
I'm not even technically usually a fan of like isometric type games, but just something about those, just there's this weird charm to it that I enjoy a lot.
Yeah. I think those are probably my picks.
Okay. So I just kind of looked through all my various libraries of games. The first one that I was able to find, Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. This is it is a definitely flew under the radar sales wise, which is why the studio doesn't exist anymore. It's another casualty of EA. Unfortunately, it's this really, really fun open world RPG. It's open world in quotes. It's fairly actually linear. It has like almost the illusion of an open world, but just the mechanics of it and the art style of it, I really enjoy very much. And there's tons of content there. Also, another one that it's kind of a cult hit, the Stalker series. It's their first person post-apocalyptic survival games. Kind of buggy, kind of low budget on the exterior, but once you dive in, like you can't help but get immersed in those. Own them all, played them all. There's a really good mod that actually combines all of each of the game's maps into one, so you can just kind of just exist in that world, and it's a lot of fun. That's cool. Yeah, and then also another one, a more recent one, the reboot of Shadow Warrior, which is a game from 2013, which is a game that I never, out of all the classic shooters that I love, I can never really get into Shadow Warrior. It was just either too hard or whatever else. But the reboot, I really enjoy. It has a very like immature tone, which is consistent with the original, but just there's something satisfying about, you know, first-person sword-based combat and then mixing in the first-person shooter stuff. There was also a sequel, but it turned into more of a Borderlands.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah, it turned into more of a Borderlands than a linear collectathon-based FPS that I wanted from, you know, the other one. It's on sale constantly. I highly recommend it, especially if you like, you know, like the new Wolfensteins or Doom. Like it's that similar vein, kind of, you know, harkening back to, you know, late 90s, early 2000s shooters, but with a modern coat of paint. Just be prepared. Yeah, it is, like I said, it is very immature joke-wise, to its detriment and to its benefit sometimes. Kind of like the main character's name is Lo Wang. Like that's all you really need to know in terms of the tone, and he has a superhero complex. But yeah, those are my picks. Max, you said you were struggling on this one.
Yeah, can't really think. I feel like I just buy like the big name games more or less. But I was looking at my PS2 selection. There's like a Harry Potter World Cup Quidditch game that I remember.
Yes.
I used to play all the time.
Oh wow, yeah.
And I looked at the Metacritic score before we started podcasting. And it's like 64%.
Nice.
But I just remember having so much fun with that game, just because I'm a Harry Potter fan, and it was just like you just go around, you got to pick your team, and play Quidditch. It's awesome.
Very cool.
That game is so rad. We need a remaster. Don't even have to remaster it. Just put it out on PS4 or whatever.
Port it.
PS2 Classic.
The PS2 on PS4, yeah.
It's a good
Make it happen, Shu.
Yeah, Shu.
I would actually buy that.
Yeah, I'd be interested. Honestly, they're trying to make these Harry Potter mobile games. Like they need to do like a AAA Harry Potter game.
Yeah, I know. I saw like it was an ad thing on my Facebook, and I've reacted angry like, emoticon
Nice.
thing,
Yeah.
and I was like, mobile game, I'm not buying.
Yeah.
Mobile game trash. Yeah, did I pitch my Harry Potter game on this show, or was it just in the chat? I'm not sure.
don't
I think it was
recall.
in the chat.
Okay,
I
because
don't
so
remember this.
I had this very clear vision of a Harry Potter game that's basically a lot like Persona, in that you have to go to class and like study, but like you're doing magic studies, so it's a lot less I don't know, tedious depending on how you look at it. And then
Yeah.
it has that turn-based battle system with like different spells, and then also a morality system. So like if you gravitate more toward the dark arts, like the story branches off from there. And then also obviously like getting sorted into a house, and then having like this big explorable school to run around in. I think it'd be really cool. And then have it not
That
be
sounds so good.
90 hours, have it be like 30, 40. I think that would be fantastic, and I see it very vividly, and it wouldn't be that hard to make if it has the art style that I envision it. And then maybe you can be a little creative, like set it in like the 80s or something, like do a little separate it from the main series as much as you can. But yeah, go to classes, turn-based battles. Seems pretty obvious to me, but yeah.
Pick out your wand, get sorted.
Yeah, it's like get sorted. It's like, yeah, you go through the whole thing. You start out, you get the letter. Like it's like the story is pretty loose. Like it's nothing like world ending or anything. It's just kind of you just have the experience of a Hogwarts student. I think that'd be a perfect setup for a game. You don't have to have a crazy threat. Honestly, it's kind of little side quest stories littered around. How about you, Micah?
So I guess mine, it's not too underappreciated, but to me it is. It's the Hotline Miami series. Like those are some of my favorite games of all time, and it was just two guys who worked on it from Denatong Games. I mean, that's their whole studio. But I remember watching a documentary with them too, and one of the guys, he was talking about how he wanted to make a game that like he wanted to play. And so he made it, and then he didn't expect it to like blow up like it did. I mean, and blew up. But you know, like, and he was explaining like how that was kind of a shock to him. Like, I was just making a game that I wanted to play, and if other people want to play, that was cool. But in that documentary, he actually started tearing up. He's like, "Yeah, this is too much for me. Like, I didn't expect everyone wanted to play it," and he almost seemed upset that like a lot of people wanted to play his game. It was pretty insane seeing that. Like, I'd never seen where someone didn't want their game to blow up like it did. But he's not making any more of those games. I'm like, fuck. There's Hotline Miami 2 and Hotline Miami 1. Like, to me, those are near perfect games. Like, you have fast, fluid gameplay. Like, you may die within like the first 10 seconds of trying to play that game. But like, oh, if I go in and I take out this guard and then take out this one before he sees me, then I can move on. It's just kind of that learning from playing. It's kind of like that Dark Souls thing. Like, oh, I died, but I died for a reason. It wasn't some cheap trick.
And
Yeah.
What's that?
I was gonna say, unlike Dark Souls, you don't have to trek back to wherever you died for like 15 minutes before you start.
Exactly.
It's like it's quick. It's like instant. It's like, all right, dead, go, try again. Dead, go, try
Exactly.
again. Yeah,
That's what I like about it. There's no fucking long loading screen right after it. I mean, it'd be kind of hard to with it's just being pixelized, styled art. I'm sure that doesn't take much to load up. But I really want a sequel to that game. Like, please give me Hotline Miami 3. And I know it's the only reason it's not being made is because Denatong Games doesn't want to make it. But please, for me, like
for me, please, just give me the copy.
Like, I played both of those on Vita, and that's the only way to play those games. With headphones on, and then tucked under your sheets. Playing that game.
That
'Cause-
Or
soundtrack.
on Switch, maybe.
The soundtrack, you turn that all the way up. Like, if you're having hearing loss from that game, you aren't doing it right. Like it's just so great. Like, everyone needs to play that game. Even if it's hard. Like, I've handed it off to a couple people with my Vita, and they're like, "Oh, this is too hard. I don't want to play this." I'm like, "Come on, keep on
Just
playing.
give
keep
it a
on
second.
playing."
Yeah, just give it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like playing it on a PS4, it feels too clunky. The analog sticks are too big. Like moving it around, It doesn't feel right. But on Vita, it's right at home. And even if they like ported it to Switch or something, I'd be down with that. Like, just give me something.
Something.
But
I think it'd be great on Switch. Like those sticks are still not that big.
Exactly. Like they're a little bigger than Vitas, but they aren't like cumbersomely big for that kind of game.
Yeah.
I mean, it might have been different if I had played it on like PS4 or PS3 first, but I did it on Vita, and especially like on that OLED screen, like it's so pretty. Like I looked at it on a normal like Vita 2000, and I was like, oh, this game doesn't look as good. I'm like, oh, that's why it only has an LCD screen. These Vita peasants.
That's the one I have, and I'm a little jealous. I'm like I really don't want to spend the money on an OLED, but like I kind of
You're
want to spend
missing
the money
out.
on
You're
OLED.
missing out.
I know. I bought the damn biggest memory card. I should just do it. I'm already in. I'm already all committed.
You can find those like for sub $200.
Yeah,
easily.
Yeah, maybe after I build a PC.
They're all over eBay, and I have a feeling like they're gonna be worth some money someday, because there aren't that many of them out there, and people are gonna start holding on to them. They're gonna be worth some money someday. Yeah. So I recommend getting one.
Maybe later.
Even though they only come with the white and the black ones, they aren't the cool colors.
Oh, I just want black anyway. I'm all about black with my devices. What about you, Eli? Got any?
He already went. Didn't he?
He already went.
Besides Amplitude?
Oh, besides Amplitude. Sorry, I totally messed that up.
I mean, I've already shouted this game out before, but the Marvel Ultimate Alliance games.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah. We need it doesn't need to be a sequel or anything related. Just give us another storyline with more characters than 2. Because I mean, there weren't really that many in the second one, but it was still really fun doing the Civil War and everything. But yeah, I feel like that can be made into like a great game with the power of what we have today.
Yeah,
Power of the cloud.
I would love a game like that with modern day AAA presentation. That would be great. Who knows what Crystal's working on? I doubt it's that kind of game, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, probably not.
All right. Any honorable mentions for unappreciated gems?
Marvel Heroes.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
I'd have to say like any shitty superhero tie-in game, because they always end up like being somewhat good.
Why do you like those so much?
I don't know.
You play Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Them?
Oh my
gosh. Like I love the hell out of Amazing Spider-Man 2. Like that last Spider-Man game that came out. For some reason, like I just love swinging around collecting those comic book pages. There's nothing else like it. And then like I almost platinumed the first one, but I didn't because I didn't want to play through the game again and get all the collectibles. But
a legitimate.
What's that?
I would say a legitimately good one. Incredible Hulk: Ultimate Destruction on PS2. I really enjoyed that one, and then for some reason I also really enjoyed the Iron Man 1 tie-in game. I don't know why. I thought it was pretty fun at the time.
Wii, that was the way to do it.
Oh, see that sounds like a nightmare. It sounds like a terrible way to do it. But
no.
I'll take your word for it. All right, awesome. I like that one. Go play these underappreciated gems. I'm sure you can find most of them on Steam or PlayStation.
Including the Amazing Spider-Man 2, the video game.
Except you can't anymore because the license got pulled for all of the Activision Spider-Man games, so you're SOL on those, unfortunately.
Go find a physical copy.
Go find a physical
copy. $20 at Walmart.
Yeah.
I looked at the Metacritic. It's at 49%.
Oh, man. Ouch.
Underappreciated.
Critically, commercially, the whole 9 yards.
I'd give it at least like an 8.5.
Damn.
That's quite the stance right there. Holy crap. All right.
Yep.
You're going to be blown away by Insomniac's game then.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is like Spider-Man, like
low expectation.
The Insomniac game, like it'll probably be the game for me, but like I don't want another Spider-Man Homecoming situation. I'm gonna keep my expectations down way low because I'm gonna be disappointed.
I don't know,
like I was by Spider-Man Homecoming.
Every time you say it, I just grimace. Anyway,
we're moving on.
Where do you come down on Homecoming, Alex? Because this guy Mike is a crazy person.
Yeah, I adored Homecoming. I thought it was incredible.
Incredible, absolutely great.
Amazing.
I wish I adored it, but I don't.
It's in like the top tier MCU, honestly.
I mean, personally, like, I personally like Andrew Garfield as Peter Parker and Spider-Man.
Yes,
Spider-Man.
Damn.
yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
I thought the Spider-Man movie was probably one of the best ones so far.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Get to see him more in Infinity War. There's a lot, like I said before, like there's a lot of Spider-Man in this next year, so hope you like him. All right. So before we move on to I Recommend, we have some questions from the internet. These can be rapid fire, but if you can go into detail if you'd like. So last week's guest, Kyle Stevenson, asks, how do you guys deal with work, personal life, and creating content? Are there times where you feel overwhelmed? And Alex, since you run an actually respectable site and show, how do you balance it all?
Well, respectable is questionable. I don't know, like, I guess not overloading yourself. Like, the only reason we can do weekly, like, we do like weekly videos or whatever every Friday, and the only reason we can do that is because we have the manpower to do it. Like, I could never do. It'd be hard to even do like a video every 2 weeks, just because there's a lot of like research and you want to come up with a good idea, you know. And then I don't know, like, I feel like you just have to make it a priority. Like, you have to like lay down a schedule. Like, okay, like, I know in 3 weeks like which video is going up, and the fourth week is mine, you know. And I know that like this video is going out here, this podcast is going out then. Here's going to be the guest. I think a lot of it is planning and like making it a priority. Like, just like, but also like just don't let it take over your life. I think that's important. Like, it's really easy to get wrapped up in it, and then like if something doesn't perform how you want it, you feel even worse because, you know, you feel like you wasted your time on it and nobody likes it. Like, we all have those feelings, and I think kind of being able to step away and kind of do other things is nice and important. But yeah, I'm trying to think of advice. Like, I don't know, get a schedule down. I think that's the key.
That's a good one. Yeah, you kind of have to make time a lot of the time, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And yeah, also like, you know, don't overload yourself. That's pretty significant. For me, like, it's just a matter of, you know, making time, committing to something, and then just trying to, you know, just spitball ideas all the time, even when I'm not actively working on something. Any other guys have some strategies for making stuff?
I guess for us, because we have like 6 people in part of the Gridlife Digest, we're able to kind of share the load with some things, so that's really helpful. Just having even just having like other ears to bounce ideas off of is great.
Absolutely.
So it's hard to do things by yourself, so just like getting a team or getting a few friends together to help you do something and just like talk out your ideas with is perfect.
Absolutely. Yeah, gotta have that, you know, communication back and forth, bouncing ideas off. That's a great one. All right.
Yeah, I agree with that, because the other day we had a meeting because I wanted to like lay it down, like, you know, Noah and I are putting in some work, and I want you guys to do it too, or, you know, I want to see how much you guys can put in. I'm glad we kind of had that talk. Like, we know exactly what people can do now. But anyways, it's kind of a difficult thing. Like, during work, I'll be thinking about it, like all the video ideas in my head, you know, not paying whatsoever attention to work because I'm so off in my own la la land thinking about the things I could be doing. But like, you know, I kind of have to set that aside. Like, okay, I'm at work, I need to put time into this, and then when I get home, I can work on Gridlife Digest stuff. And then it's also hard when I get back because I'm tired. You know, I don't want to work on stuff. I just want to go to bed. Like, it's super difficult. But I found a great way is like, you know, be talking to someone as you're doing it. Like you know, like last episode, Noah and I were still on the Google Hangout just talking while I was working on something, and he was working on something too.
Yeah, I was just working on editing the episode because I try to do it like after we're done recording, and then so it's always nice. It's always nice to just talk it out.
Yeah, just bullshit, and it helps.
It really does. It really does. Yeah,
because like I have to edit that video after this, and I'm like, fuck, I still have to do it. But hopefully one of you guys stick around, so it'll make it easier.
Oh, I gotta edit too, so I'll at least be there at the very least.
Sweet.
All right, Max, how do you schedule or how do you balance everything? Because I know you have a real ass job.
For me, it's just about routine. It's just like because it's just like a 7 to 4 job, so it's just all about routine, and then from there I could just brainstorm what I want to do, or like what content we want to make. And definitely like being able to make content that you're passionate about, not just like for the sake of putting something out there.
Yeah,
Putting something like that you actually want to do that shows like quality, I think, is another key.
Yeah, I feel like just like having something that if you know you want to do it, then that shows through in the end content. It's like if you go on YouTube and you just watch something that like is obviously just like very cookie cutter, it's like it shows. Like like there wasn't much passion put into it. But if you have a clear vision, beginning, middle, and end, it's like it's obvious to the viewer, I think. But
That's for sure.
It's a good one. Thanks to you for the question, Kyle. You're welcome back anytime, of course. All right, next one. Fiona McKinnon from the Kind of Funny Facebook group asked a great question. Thanks for writing in. If you were going to get sucked into a 2018 video game like Jumanji, but you got to choose which one would you choose and why?
Oh gosh.
Got any, Alex?
So I have a question.
Or
about
Eli?
this.
Yes.
This is a 2018 video game.
2018 video game specifically. What is your question?
Am I just getting sucked in as myself, or am I
No, like a
getting
character.
sucked in
that's
as
a
one of the
question.
characters?
Yeah, so it's like Jumanji where you take in the persona of a character in the game.
Okay.
Spider-Man.
All right, that's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
You can save a lot of cats from trees.
What games are coming out
Heck
that I
yes.
don't want, that I actually want to be inside of?
Yeah, that's
Because a lot of
hard.
these games are like super terrible scenarios. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna be chilling with the freakers and Days Gone. Just
yeah, that sounds bad. Ooblets.
that's a good one. I mean, as far as
Ooblets, yeah.
that's a good one. Mine,
Like I just chill with plant Pokemon, my Pokemon plants.
yeah.
Life.
If we do this question again, whenever Pokemon comes out, that's the answer for sure.
Yeah.
My answer, probably Red Dead, just because it'd be Westworld.
That's a good one.
Yeah. But also Sea of Thieves, because
Ooh, yeah.
open seas, really
Pirate Westworld.
really easy to control, but like cartoony pirates. So it's like you don't have to actually do any like the really hard work that comes with manning a ship. You just gotta do, as long as you have a group, like you can do it. You don't have to fix stuff. And just think about how horrible it must have been to work on one of those ships. Like just everything breaking. It's like you can't really get materials back. Like this is the kind of tangents I go on in my own mind. It's like, what would it be like to work on a pirate ship?
Jones coming up with his squid face, attacking you all the time. It's got to be wild.
It's a problem. Let me see what other 2018. I still don't think Days Gone coming out this year.
Kingdom Hearts 3 coming 2018.
Can I be a Disney man? Can I be Goofy?
I'm gonna be Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, the sky's the limit on that one. I really hope they don't put like Marvel and Star Wars in there. I think that'd be really stupid, but whatever. Shenmue, another one. I want to be a Japanese person.
Just a Japanese
Yeah, I
person.
just want to be a Japanese
That's
person.
your
Yeah, that's my fantasy.
dream scenario.
Dream scenario.
Well, you can be because
Japanese forklift driver.
Yeah. Have you seen any
transracial
sailors?
is a thing now, so you can become Asian if you want to.
But I want to be Asian in Shenmue world, so I can ask about sailors and everything, and just how no martial arts better than I do. Yeah. What about you, Max?
Yeah.
maybe Detroit Become Human. Like
Fuck.
That seems
to
like
see like the craziness of like the struggle between humans and androids.
okay.
I can't wait for that game.
But are you a human or an android?
I
Reverse.
Multiple
It would have
protagonists.
to be an android.
Ooh,
Multiple protagonists. You could be either.
a
that
cyborg.
is true.
And like you might die a gruesome death,
That's very true.
That is true.
depending on who you are.
Butterfly effect. Oh wait, that's Until Dawn. Never mind. And so then Micah,
Or Rock Studio.
yeah, Rock Studio, similar type of game. Micah, you said yours was going to be Detroit too.
Yeah, mine was also gonna be Detroit. Like I've been watching that show, Black Mirror, a lot, and that feels very, Detroit-esque, very Become Human. Like, I feel like they're kind of in the same world. Like a lot of the same shit that's going on in both universes are like happening at the same time.
I highly doubt
So,
Detroit is a Black Mirror tie-in, but it's possible.
It could be, okay. Like there's all sorts of shit going on in that show. Like there's one episode where they're uploading like consciousness to like a C. I can't say it, but yeah, it's like a CPU, and then they like torture like the guy inside of it by like, oh, you have to do this, like you're in charge of this like smart home, but you feel like you're yourself because you're a copy of the person who lives in the house. But anyways, they go and torture that person who's in there by speeding up the time. Like, oh, if you don't want to do it, we're gonna put you through like 6 months of doing nothing, and then you're gonna want to do it. Like that's what I'm imagining it to be like. Like I'm sure that's happening in the Detroit world too, with all the androids and whatnot.
It's possible.
But yeah, very interesting stuff. I mean, it would be kind of fucked up to be in the same situations that they showed in the trailers.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I don't want to be one of those people. I'll just be like on the street, just watching it all happen.
Riots going on. Actually,
Exactly.
my real answer is I want to be in Metal Gear Survive, so I can be an asthmatic soldier, fighting endless crystal zombies, and then being only able to run around for like 3 seconds, and then having to stop for air. That's my favorite part.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, such realism.
Even crouching and crawling takes a lot more energy than
Yep.
it does running for some reason.
doesn't make any sense. What other games are we coming out? I'd like to. So if it's like a Jumanji type situation, I'd love to at least see the world of Metro, just because it's so dilapidated and messed up. Just to see like what the world would look like.
But
Like-
scary bears.
Scary bears, scary flying pterodactyl demon things. Like Metro. Yeah, I wouldn't want to like if we're gonna do the question like which game world would you want to live in? Definitely not. But if we're gonna do a Jumanji just temporary situation, definitely would pick Metro. Even though you'd probably die like in 5 seconds. Just stay underground. All right, thank you for the question.
What about God of War?
God
What
of
about
War?
God of War?
You want to be a something for Kratos to beat up?
No,
Or you wanna be-
Slash in half.
You want to be
I
Kratos?
prefer to be Kratos.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to be a big angry badass.
Struggling with his anger
somewhat
issues.
somber.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a good one.
that would be another interesting one.
See all those Norse gods.
hmm
All right, like I said,
Yep.
thank you for writing in.
I want.
And finally,
Mhm.
yeah, thanks, V. Appreciate it. I just followed you on Twitch, so looking forward to you streaming. And finally, one of our biggest supporters, Antonio James Figueroa, asks if you could remake, not remaster any game, what would it be? So mine, I was thinking about this. It might be cheating because it's actually happening, but System Shock is getting a remake, and that is a game that definitely was in need of a remake, and it's actually happening supposedly this year, and it's on console, so very excited for that. So in a similar vein, the original Deus Ex, that is absolutely my pick for a remake. A true from the ground up remake would be incredible. Because the new ones, while they're close, they don't quite have as much cyberpunk isms as the later ones do, or as the earlier ones do, excuse me. As the reboot or soft reboot is so much further in the past than the original was, and I want to see that world in 2018 graphics. So how about you, Alex?
I'm struggling with this one.
Struggling?
Remake, not remaster.
Yeah,
right?
remake. Do you want to come back to you?
Yeah.
Okay, Max?
SSX tricky. Give me like
Mm.
co-op or something with some like trophies, I guess, and like
Yeah.
the ability with Steep, or like Steep to like make your own courses, because like that's like the gist of that game is just doing crazy stunts. So if you could like make it yourself, that'd be pretty cool.
Micah?
So I've talked about this before many times. I want the original Metal Gear from MSX to be remade.
Oh,
Like-
God.
ground up.
Oh my
Under fire, Kojima, bring it back.
On fire.
Yeah, make that fucking game, and I'll be a happy camper.
The Gray Fox fight in
I-
2. Oh my god, please. I
Put
want
it in the Fox
Put it in the
engine.
Fox engine.
It'll
I want to see.
I couldn't really get through those games originally because just they were super outdated, and I couldn't hang with the controls.
yeah,
But
it's
this
tough.
would make me appreciate games now.
Just imagine the fight with the aerosol can and the lighter with Big Boss at the end, but like in AAA, like how ridiculous it would all look. Like, oh my gosh, there's so much potential there, and it's never gonna
I
happen.
know. Never ever.
Kiefer Sutherland as Big Boss and David Hayter as Solid Snake. Like, come on,
Yes.
do it, but it's not gonna happen.
It'd be so
Fuck Konami.
amazing.
And then,
Fucking.
how about you, Eli?
This one's a tough one for me too, but I might have to go with Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2, just because it wasn't included in the HD version of the HD collection. So I'm like, what's the story behind that? What's going on there? I need to replay that game. So let's just keep all like the board game mechanics and the story and all, but modernize it to maybe fit like more like the new Dragon Ball Fighters fighting mechanics, I guess. I don't know. I just like that whole game board style that they let you play through, and then yeah, just a new Dragon Ball game
So more
in
like
that style.
more like a 3. Are the Budokai ones like the 3D ones?
No, it was the 2D ones, I guess.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, yeah, I guess Fighters is kind of its own thing. And then, all right, last question from Alex Van Aken.
Wait.
Wait,
I
damn
have
it.
to say mine.
Damn it.
Jet Set Radio Future.
Sorry.
That's mine.
That's a good one. That's a really good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the setup, and then I totally forgot that we're coming back to you. That's a really good one, though. So anyway, like I was saying, last question from Alex Van Aken on Facebook. Do you know the way? No. I don't get it.
The way.
I don't know.
This has come
Yeah.
up in my life way too frequently in the past couple weeks.
It's a problem.
I just want to say I don't understand it.
I don't
But
understand it either.
I embrace it.
It's because
I saw the original video.
Yeah, I saw.
It's just like some random like guy, and they're like asking him, "Do you know the way?"
I
Like,
still don't understand. I've seen the original video.
yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
I don't know why we chose this as the biggest meme of January 2018.
Yeah, why? Well, you got to start off small. Like we'll get to the good memes later down the line.
Yeah.
Man, I saw like the original like animated thing like that the Knuckles is from, and I liked it, and then it just got that got taken to VR chat or whatever, and then it blown up from there. So it's kind of a multifaceted, weird. I don't know why it's catching on as much as it is dumpster fire. Yeah, thank you for the question.
No worries.
All right. It's time for I Recommend, where one of us recommends to the group something for the others to check out. It can be anything. Last time, Kyle recommended to us Playtest from Season 3 of Black Mirror on Netflix. As someone who had never watched Black Mirror before, I feel like this was a good way to be introduced to like the general tone of the show.
Me too.
Yeah, just
Because it was like a video game, artificial reality-esque episode, you know?
I just want to know, like, how many times is he going to wake up? Like, at the end, I'm like, where does this end? How many layers deep is he in this? But
Yeah, I was like, this is like Inception. Which layer is he in right now? I'm not sure. And then at the ending, I was like, what? That was such short amount of time, 0.04 seconds.
it's like, holy
He was actually
crap.
in there.
This is like the worst possible scenario for VR in the future. It's like,
Yeah,
oh
not
my
down.
gosh, not down whatsoever. It's like the smallest thing breaks or is messed up, like just horrible, traumatic brain experience. Like it's terrible. Alex, have you
Not
watched
sure
Black Mirror
why-
prior to this?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
I've watched season 1 and 2, most of 2 prior to this. I love season 1, but I hadn't watched any of season 3 yet until, I actually watched it today. It's so messed up. Like just the entire, like I figured, I kind of knew like what was gonna. I had predicted, like I guess, like it's VR, something's gonna go wrong.
Yeah.
But like just the events that occurred were like super messed up and super creepy. I didn't know he was gonna go to that. Like I wasn't expecting the haunted house kind of thing, where he's stuck with all the hallucinations, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
And like when the ending, I think is the most messed up. Like when you finally are in like the present, like the real time, and they just like kind of like sweep him up and like continue doing their work.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you realize it's only like not even a second went by.
After
Yeah,
all
so
that, it's crazy.
Super crazy.
Yeah.
So he just got like sent to that VR world, and then he died like half a second later.
Yeah, immediately.
Like, yeah, he literally they just fried his brain.
Oh, that sucks. Oh, I didn't realize that short amount of time had passed.
Yeah, they write
so
write down on the paper.
Yeah, it was like a form they were filling out since it was like a test
God.
of, and then because they were like, this is too strong or whatever in the scene prior to like the present or whatever, and then the reason for death or the time of death was like 0.04 seconds, and like additional comments was like yelled mom.
It's like, wow. Like I felt the urge to like call my my mom afterward. I'm like, oh shit.
God.
Yeah. Like,
Because like if you don't take care of your relationships, it's gonna come back at you.
Yeah.
In a virtual reality and kill you.
and kill you. And
Because your mom called you.
your high school bully shows up as a spider thing.
Yeah, that was super weird to me. Like, why was the spider like, really bad CGI?
Yeah.
But everything else was perfect, even though he was in layers of like.
Those spider things look like the spider things from the Maze Runner.
Yeah,
A little bit.
kind of. The CGI was great. Like whenever you like make something big, like a CGI, like a actual like organic living creature, like it's always gonna look a little weird. Like the small spider obviously like looked perfect, but no, that's a good point. Also, I think that's just like TV budget. It's just,
Yeah.
they don't always have a lot to work
True.
with, even though it's Netflix. I'm definitely going to go back and like watch the whole series now because I didn't realize the seasons were so short, like only a few episodes. Like that makes it a lot more digestible. A lot of shows, like I feel daunting. It feels daunting to get into because they're so long. If you don't do it right away, but it being Netflix, they have the flexibility to make it as long as short as they want. So that's always a plus. Definitely going to check it out.
And then it's its own like concise story in each of the episodes.
Yeah.
So watching that playtest episode that was like in season 3, you didn't have to watch the last couple seasons to get what was going on in this because it's a totally different character. Like there's totally different actors and characters in each one of the episodes. It's like Eli said it was. He said it's a modern day Twilight Zone, which is probably a really good way of explaining it. But I've actually been binge watching it over the last couple days, and it just keeps on getting better and
Have
better.
you seen the eye one where they record things with their eyes or whatever?
Yeah, that one's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my god, like just the fact that they showed that, like it, in my head, I'm like, fuck, that would ruin a lot of things if we recorded everything we saw. And we could put it up on a TV and everyone could see it. That'd be bad,
Horrible.
for everyone.
Horrible.
Yeah. Although it would be cool for like making videos, but more than that,
That's about it. It's like I gotta edit all this. That's like so much fluff footage you'd have to cut out, though.
yeah. But like when you're playing some games, that'd be an easy way of playing games and recording them. Like, oh, I don't need a capture card.
Yeah, you just see like the wobbling, of, like it looked pretty terrible. It's like, all right, you're seeing a TV view. It's kind of glare a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's like your head's moving around. You get like the sound like you breathing and stuff. Like I don't know if that'd be a good situation, but
Well, maybe you can go in and edit those somehow. They give you the options to exclude your breathing and all that.
that's like I have editing software in my head. I don't have to pay for Premiere anymore.
Yeah, like at that point you
like a
could just
daily-
think of what you want and it'll appear. Oh, I want this to appear like like a really good gameplay bit. Like some playthrough, and it's there. That's kind of how I imagined it to be.
Yeah.
Not down. All things considered, not down. So like just I have a question about just the series in general. Like, what is it all like? Kind of like tech related stuff, or does it kind of diverge sometimes?
It diverges a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. A lot of it is tech focused though.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. There is one episode
I think
that's
the first episode is kind of like not tech related, really.
that's a like I didn't finish that episode actually because it wasn't interesting to me.
Oh man,
But I'll have to go back and
That's
finish
messed
it.
up.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure that set up everything. I just wasn't watching it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
There is one
tech.
yeah, but there is one episode that it's kind of tech, but not really. It's one that feels very like The Village, very M. Night Shyamalan-ish.
Okay.
You know, like it's all like a staged scene. Like this person thinks, you know, she's in a real place, whereas like everything's not really real. That makes sense.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But there is some instances where it's not really tech.
Definitely.
But for the most part, yeah.
Definitely interested. Yeah. I just wish somebody told me it was like way shorter than I thought it was. I thought it was just, normal TV show size. I'm like, I don't know if that's going to happen, but yeah, definitely going to drop in, especially if you can just like have a concise story in each viewing. That sounds great.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Easily.
if you haven't, go check out season 3 of Black Mirror, episode titled Playtest. I know this was like kind of on purpose, but I always hate when like cringy like video game dialogue. It's like, I know like he was like trying to impress them and like look cool. It's like, it's like being the boss on level 3 and just like stuff like that. I'm like, like I hate that stuff. I hate that stuff, but like I know it was like on purpose, so I can't really fault him for it. But yeah, go check that out. All right. So for this week's recommendation, I'm gonna take it to Max. Take us home.
Yes, I'm going to recommend the show Shameless, which is on Netflix. I've been talking about it a lot on our Facebook group messenger thing, and it's like absolutely batshit crazy what happens. It makes zero sense.
I almost can't believe it. Like I'm like, how did these events connect?
In the show, it's just like ridiculous. It's very not safe for work, so keep that in mind. I'm recommending season 1, episode 1. It's basically the show synopsis of it is you're just basically talking about a family that lives in the south side of Chicago, so like a ghetto neighborhood, and it's like they do very fucked up shit. Like drugs, alcohol, like the moral lines of these people, it's like wow. And I don't know, I really like it. It's pretty funny too, actually. And I'm totally invested in the characters because I'm on the 6th season now. There's 8 so far, so I'm getting pretty deep into the whole show.
Is it ongoing?
I like it a lot, so I definitely. Yeah, it's ongoing. This 8th season is ongoing, so there's 7 on Netflix.
Okay.
Jesus.
That's I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the exact problem I just talked about earlier. I'm like, I had not jumped in, but I'm just so morbidly curious from the stuff that you describe happens. I'm like, I have to see like what's the through line to all of this. How do we get
There's
from
not
point
really
A
an
to point B?
overarching plot. It's just like each season there's like probably like 2 or 3 big events that happen to some of these characters, and then it's just like a clusterfuck of all this shit.
I just very
Definitely
intrigued.
recommend.
All right.
And I'm pretty sure the very first few seconds of the first episode is like a really kinky ass like sex scene, so just be prepared for that.
So Eli, don't watch it in a Starbucks like you did with Samurai Cop because it's not going to end well for you. You're gonna have to do like the minimize thing again. All right. Yeah, I'm so very, very interested just from what you described. Like, holy crap. All right. Well, in that case, this has been episode 22 of Gridlife Digest. Thank you so much for listening. You can head over to gridlifedigest.com to see all the content in one place. iTunes, Google Play, YouTube. You know the drill. We'll be back next Wednesday with another conversation. Alex, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. You're welcome back anytime. We've had like consistently great guests. So
we have no disappointments.
Yeah, we haven't had any yet. So before we go, actually, we have a bonus question from John O'Peck. You might know him. Putting in work. Go check him out. One of my favorite podcasts ever, honestly. So what's Noah like as a podcast host? Any good? I'll just let you guys hash that out.
Oh.
Perfect.
Perfect. Oh, whoa, that's
Amazing. The best.
The best in the biz, as they say.
It should be the best of IGN, if you ask me.
Damn.
That's it's quite high praise. I don't believe any of it.